Let's go. Run it back. Everyone can put on blast. I'ma rush down, baby, keep my foot on gas until y'all crash the corner, put your head on wax. I'ma show you how to get even like I'm good on that. Because we back in a minute when the beat turn. Vicious up with Allison to get it when the read learn. Everybody need work, don't know who to feed first. I just stay hungry in the pocket with a combo at my feet. Oh, let's get broke. Run this back, who want that smoke? We swing high, you block it low. Everybody get throw 1 more, 2, oh. Yo, let's go. This one slap. I'ma catch y'all on the first frame back. I'ma do it like that, everybody just snap. We just put it on wax, turn that beat back. Everybody go. Woo.
That was actually pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Turn the Beat Back, where we take a look at some of our favorite moments in the Capcom Pro Tour. Vicious here with Alex Myers, in part with Capcom Fighters. We're stuck in the year 2017, getting ready to reminisce over Japan Cup, one of the most stacked premieres, and what a good year to be stuck in. Honestly, it's better than 2020, that's for sure. But hey, big shout outs to the guys over the UK across the pond for launching such great content. They've been doing a lot of work with their pre-shows. Round one, as they usually do before the tournaments as well. We saw that for the first time last weekend, and they're going to do it again this weekend. And then Fighting Words literally hours beforehand. I didn't even know with the whole time zones, they were doing that at midnight. That was crazy. So big ups to them. Thank you guys for hanging in there from the beginning, the top of that show.
Yeah, thank you guys. That's so awesome. What they're doing out there in the UK, showcasing the FGC a little bit more, just like what we're trying to do, but with the past. It's really nice. We have a little present show right beforehand. And yeah, we have a new intro and stuff, guys, just like we have a new batch of matches for you guys. We got 8 new matches, high profile. We got some Nemo Urien. Nemo really showcasing Urien for the first time. We get to see him do some unadulterated bust ass with the Aegis. We get to see it non-stop. I think this is pretty much the Nemo show, guys. And so if you're a big Nemo fan, there's at least 2 or 3 matches with Nemo.
Yeah, and this is the first time we really get to introduce ourselves to the likes of Kichipa, in my opinion. We didn't get to see him too much in 2016, but those that were really kind of like paying attention to the scene, you kind of saw him here and there. But 2017 is where he really started to like come up, right, as another premier Zangief player. We also have some familiar names. Punko is there, very high profile from his accolades in Street Fighter 4. Oil King, of course, has really made his name up until this point as well. Gachi-kun slowly climbing up the ranks, who we saw briefly from our last show at CEO. We didn't get to showcase him exactly, but he was definitely one of the highlighted players as he went up against Punk and got like top 32.
Xiaohai, top 8.
Oh, he got top 8?
Yeah.
He did, actually. Yeah, so he didn't get top 8, but we didn't get to see it, unfortunately. There were a couple matches he had on stream, but I personally couldn't find it. Xiaohai is back as well. Fudo, and then Haitani, a name that we're going to see plenty more of. I mean, he's no stranger to danger, but we're definitely seeing him more and more as we get ready to cover Japan Cup. So our first match of the day is already one swinging, right?
It's a swinging, Jeremy. Let's get it. Punko versus Gachi-kun. Punko, we've known a long time if you've been paying attention to the SF4 period. Gachi-kun, a bit of a newcomer in a sense. He played a lot of SF4 towards the end, starting to get his name out there here and there playing that Sagat, but it wasn't until SF5 that he really had some strong results. We see he got 7th at Japan Cup last year, but nothing really else going on there. But we got Punko, who got 2nd at Japan Cup. He was so close. I think he was match point against GamerB. But yeah, we're going to see Punko coming at Japan Cup trying to win, get his crown that he was denied last year.
Damn. And you know what it is when it comes to Punko. When he's denied something, he gets angry. But this time he doesn't take his jersey off, so that's cool. That's an upgrade, I think.
Come on, Punko, man. You give us what the fans want.
No, he needs he needs to like take off layers after layers after layers, I feel like. That's what he should be doing.
A little tease. Start with the lanyard, man. Build up. Come on, lanyard.
He like empties out his pockets, and then when he gets mad, the lanyard just goes.
But we'll see. The whole show yet, but let's see if we see some unnecessary pepperoni. Let's see what's going on.
Unnecessary pepperoni. I love Eris, man.
I guess you know, well,
There's
Colleen
some
is
Flagrant pepperoni.
Yeah, flagrant pepperoni.
the only one.
Our Kappa Punko. That's
Our
right.
Kappa.
They sent him out.
Fudo eliminated Fudo.
Yeah, there's a lot of our Kappas support of Punko. They love some Punko. And then we got Gachi-kun, unsponsored at the time, still trying to really get his name out there.
Around the world think he is a
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And what a character to pick too. Rashid straight up for him trying to like make his name out there.
Oh, that's a great character. Always has been pretty good. I know people didn't think Rashid was that good in season 1, but he pretty much kept the same tool set going into season 2. I think people just didn't really get to explore Rashid yet. What's up, Logan in chat? How you doing, bro? It has to be like 4 a.m. over there. Thanks for rocking with us into the.
Go to sleep, Logan. Go to sleep. He actually doesn't sleep.
He does not.
Yeah, he'll be on Twitter at this hour. He'll DM somebody, be like, asking random questions. I'm just kidding.
Talking about joggers, this and that. You know, you do your thing. Gachi-kun innovated. Oh, he was the first, huh? And we have some Oil King coming up later. I feel like this is the first year Oil King really got his name out. Yeah, we got Gachi-kun. Let's focus on the Gachi-kun. He's getting in there right now.
Yeah, so we talked a little bit about Punko. Like, Gachi-kun, he's still trying to find, like, his bearings with Street Fighter 5, honestly. But again, we talked about his character selection right off the bat being top tier. Literally before Japan Cup, I believe was what? Evo? We were talking about this off stream. It was like a month ago. Evo was in Japan that year. So on top of getting 7th at CEO, he immediately went over to Evo not too long after. But 97.
Oh, wow.
97.
Jeremy with the quick math, the quick facts.
Yeah, I had to really search for this one.
Yeah, search for that one. It's really interesting seeing Colleen with her V-Trigger 1. You never see people use V-Trigger 1. It's like completely dead. I can't even think of a matchup where Colleen would want to use V-Trigger 1 now. V-Trigger 2 is so good.
Yeah. And on top of that, just Danny Fan brings up a very valid point. No harsh counter scaling and no V-Trigger activate scaling. It's kind of ridiculous.
The matches fly by. That was super quick. That had to have been like maybe a little over a minute. We just looked at Logan. We talked for like 3 seconds. It's game's over. It's already, he's back in character select already.
Yeah, that's what I didn't want to talk about with Logan. What we actually DM about.
DM Jeremy. Hey man, you didn't tell no lies. You didn't tell no lies in chat, Logan.
Let me get a quick test.
This game was wild in season 2.
No comment on that.
No comment. No comment.
I'm saying like 85% of the stream must don't know what that is.
Is that Young Giuna?
It is Young Giuna. I'm trying to figure out who the other guy is. I think it might be Z. It is Z.
It's definitely Giuna and Z.
Giuna Z. They were a really good pair back in the day.
They still are. I think Z is fantastic. Giuna has been kind of teasing the Capcom boys a little bit.
Yeah.
I've been I was actually up at like what? Between like I think I went to sleep at like what, like 10, 11 a.m. But I was watching Giuna stream a little bit. He was definitely giving the Capcom boys a little bit of a tease and a hard time because of the light of events. You know, Takedo and Gogoro were in an exhibition for like decades. They're just trying to see like Capcom boys like play other games and see like the competency in other games. But they're still mad good.
Yes.
Still very good.
Either way.
Yeah, it's clearly obvious that the anime players are well more seasoned in the games that they were kind of playing.
But they gotta test us out on our own turf. Street Fighter.
I know, when's that gonna happen? Like,
come on, man. Bring them all over to Street Fighter 5. I want to see it.
Even Street Fighter 4. I know some of those guys have setups in Street Fighter 4. It's okay. We can that out.
That's true. That's true.
I mean,
Sonic Fox tried out Street Fighter 5 for the first year and did very well for himself. So I mean,
yeah, Fang was like, I know Fang was supposed to be like kind of a slower pace kind of zoning character, but he ended up being a pretty mix-up heavy character, and I think that's kind of what Sonic Fox is really good at. He's really good at neutral, of course, but the mix, he's really good at mix. Oh, the side switch? I've never seen that before. That's pretty
I get that crouch here. Is that double slap? The slap.
Is this hot dog here? This is definitely not hot. Oh, I think it is hot dog, dude. I almost forgot about that. I don't know if we have that highlighted. I kind of wish I looked for that.
Oh, bro, what do you mean?
You remember? You don't.
I do, but I
yeah, I do. Yeah.
I remember too late.
Let's just keep on moving. That's a great V-Trigger sequence from Colleen there. Yeah, right back on track.
I trusted you for that one. Hold on, let me see this. Hold on.
It's not.
And,
Yeah.
2017 Smash GG.
It's not safe.
Top 8 placer Chris T.
The Gaijin squad
It's not
did
safe for
well
word.
in
All those hot dog highlights.
I would say it's. I would say no. I'll let Logan be the judge. Probably not a great idea either.
This boy is on point.
Oh,
There was
Like-
no wild pepperonis, that's for sure. So you're
That's
fine.
true. Yeah. If you
The
can forgive
pepperoni-
the if you can forgive the pepperoni, I think you can forgive
Oh.
hot dog.
He's fine.
Ice, let's see the ensuing.
That's all, dude. The only real benefit of this B trigger is like there's a little bit of corner carry, but freezing the opponent, I feel like that's really the only thing that this B trigger has going.
That skill, very unique to Colleen, is kind of intimidating, right? Look at that. Now you're at 1.5 sequence of getting stunned. Oh, okay, just
Yeah,
one.
I'm pretty sure he's dead now, right?
Oh,
That was no scaling at all, dude. You gotta remember that. Oh my god.
Colleen is mad good. She's still mad good.
Yeah, she's still really good.
I think she's also one of those characters. We talked about this before at CEO. When it comes to Cammy, you can't tweak her too much or else she becomes too weak. I feel like Colleen is the same way.
Yeah, I feel like that's why we haven't really seen such drastic changes to Colleen, right? Colleen's always kind of had the same tool set, only been really improved. I feel like the only thing that's really gotten nerfed is her V-Skill 1. Like, it's a little more negative on block, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not a huge nerf, right?
Yeah, then they give her a command grab. Man.
Hey, this is kind of
We've nerfed V-Skill 1 a little too hard. Let's give her a really good V-Skill 2. A command grab, yes! Yeah.
I can just totally imagine Combo Fiend just laying down a track over that. You're Colleen had a hard time using her V-Skill, so we gave her a command.
Let me see. Let me actually look through Smash GG. I have a feeling the hot dog fiasco happened the next year.
No setup.
It might have. You might be right. Carolyn, just look it up, man. I'm sure you'll find it. Z Giuna.
I should not put the word hot dog first on Google because it makes me very hungry.
The food. Oh god, dude! I feel like we always talk about food. I messed up
Literally
this time, guys.
every week. It's just every week.
I did not eat beforehand, so please try and refrain talking about food.
Hot dogs are great.
Yeah, you know, who cares what I just said? Hot dogs are amazing. A little relish on that.
Highlight reels for us.
You gotta relish the moment, Myers.
Oh, that was a mistake from Pungo to try and interrupt the whirlwind.
Damn, man, you
May or may
heard Logan. If you can
You
work
know-
your magic.
Exactly, dude. You gotta work that magic because if you don't catch up, you may or may not get another chance to do it.
Oh my days.
Is that how it starts?
I don't think it's
Hold my
this year
search
though.
history? You can. I would love to put my search history up for the stream to see, and for you guys to see how much of a nerd I am.
Anime lyrics. Let's
Dude, oh yeah, dude. I want to know the words to every version of Indestructible. Okay? I know the English version. I need to learn the Japanese version. I know there's other versions out there too. Okay.
There's definitely other ones.
I remember when Punko, man, look how lively he was. He's like,
He
yeah.
is super lively. Dude. That's for top 8. That's the qualified top 8 winner. That was huge. And he was losing that whole set until the very end. So I would definitely pop off too. The machine has emotions, Jeremy. He may be known as a machine, but he has emotions. He has a heart.
In a money match.
Let's put CBT
Yeah, we're
in.
chilling. We're big chilling there.
Actually,
Yeah.
Logan, the show's right on track. If anything, you kept us on track a little bit.
Yeah, like the thing is, we're not. Here's the thing about this show. If this is your first time tuning in, for anybody in the chat, it's not supposed to be like a super analytical, commentary-based kind of show. This is more like what it was like with like Street Fighter V before, with some of its players, and to kind of show you who was kind of the top dog, right? Well, also making it interesting. The flow of the show, or I guess like the feeling of it, is kind of like being around with the homies just to kind of reminisce over matches and just talk about really.
Yeah, we're just talking about the backstory a little bit. There's a lot of new players that never really were around back then, so I think this is a good like intro into how kind of chaotic season 2 was, and just like the past seasons. It's been a fun ride, guys. It's been a fun ride. We're in this ride together.
Yeah, and I'm not even kidding about actually looking up lyrics to Indestructible. That actually happened. So you could, check my receipts on that. But hey, that was Punko versus Gachikun. Of course, not the last time we're going to see of Punko in the top 8. Big spoilers. But we're moving on to Oil King and Nemo. Now, this is very, very exciting. Myers was very adamant about putting Nemo on the spotlight this time around. And we could see why, because he had quite an explosive year, 2016. We all know who Nemo is. That's at this point in time for Street Fighter fans, it's a household name. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
His
sure.
performance in Marvel, in Street Fighter 4, coming from other games in general, like listen, he's got the talent, he's got the skill, he's got the personality to match.
Yeah, always been dominant. Only someone as confident as Nemo could go into EVO with Season 1 Vega and make top 8. Insane. I don't think anyone else but Vega but Nemo can do it. And then on the other side, we have Oil King, who's like relatively an up-and-comer at this point. He had some pretty solid placings last year, starting to get his name out there. In Taiwan, when you think of Taiwan Street Fighter, you really only thought of Gamerby at the time. But at this time, Oil King was really putting his foot on the map. He's really showing you, hey, it's not just Gamerby over here. There's me. And we're going to see just how well he deals with Nemo right now.
Yeah, prior to Japan Cup, he performed pretty well at Abuget Cup that took place in Indonesia. Placed 5th, if I'm not mistaken. Prior to that, he had an explosive performance over at EVO. Very, very stacked EVO each and every year, but I feel like the numbers at 2017 EVO were pretty high. He placed 33rd at that. And literally before that, he had 2 back-to-back second-place finishes at Tiger Uppercut over in Bangkok, Thailand, as well as DreamHack 2017 over in Sweden. DreamHack Summer. This guy's a beast, man.
Yeah, so really solid placings even going into 2017. Yeah, this is like halfway into the season. So the momentum Oil King's been having throughout the year, it's just culminating to this match right here. Let's get it.
So this is I believe this is the first few times we get to see Nemo's Yurian, right?
Yes, yes. We hadn't really,
the marathon.
yeah, we hadn't really seen what Yurian was capable of. He came out, I believe, at the middle of Season 1, and I feel like he got some good buffs to really showcase what kind of character he is in Season 2. I'm not quite sure, but we all know how strong Yurian is now. I feel like he's really never changed in the tier placing since then, except maybe this season.
I think he's gotten stronger, if anything. A lot of players have kind of put the attention towards Yurian, saying, you know what, we've kind of dismissed this matchup a little bit more for those fighting against him. And for those using him, they're like, hey, there's so much more tech to be explored. Now we have another V-skill to use against their matchup.
Oil King's reactions. He's got an ego spike in the face for it.
For the most part, it's just getting better for Yurian players all across the board, honestly. Even some players converting over to Yurian, like Fudo, right? We've seen a lot of actually translated videos where Fudo's starting to really grind out the matchup against Yurian, as well as learning the character himself. I've seen him do so many like different mix-ups that he's found on Twitter or from his colleagues, fellow predators, what have you.
Yeah,
wow, Yurian is great.
That's definitely one of the best ways to learn a character. You just pick them up yourself, just see what they're capable of, and it just makes you that much scarier when you're playing against a character you're not too comfortable with, right?
Oh, that's so good. He's so good. The technology!
When I saw that, I was like, dude, I am putting this in the show for sure.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
It's so funny. I think High Fight actually did something about this video specifically, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Yeah, that's what like really let me know this is like a clip to show off, right?
He doesn't work for his company
anymore.
Bro. He's full-time.
Just Z-Pub. The technology!
Yurian getting the buffs also when he came out, he had no cross up. Oh, he had no. He had no cross up himself. Wow, that's actually pretty.
He had jump short.
Yeah, I think
short on release.
The guy in chat, your opponent is saying that he had no cross up when he was released.
I said enough.
Hey, you probably know better than us, honestly. I don't.
No, he had jump short from the get-go.
From the get-go? Okay.
Sure he did. Hold on, let me see.
I've never been. I'm excited.
You keep the chat busy. I got you.
Got me? Oh no. You have some good news. Was it 2017?
He's got such a.
All right, guys, we're not gonna show that on stream, but if you want to look in chat, you go ahead.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen the top 8, like when they. Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh yeah, buddy. Aris would be so proud.
Give him one chance, one opportunity. With this slow fall.
You sounded like Aris went to the last.
I watched too much. I watched too much of this stream.
He's so funny. I don't blame you.
And now
Oh,
Nemo's
the
all stopped
reset.
up. There it is.
Dude, what an answer Nemo had though, like to stop the cross up. He was getting hopped on non-stop at the cross up and going, what an answer. Dude. The mix! Oh, the mix!
Jesus.
He's had the mix from the beginning, guys. He's had the mix. He has won with the mix. Nemix.
That's a salaryman mix-up. That's something you know he stayed overtime, to work overtime, up in the morning, in the lab.
Wait, what happened? I didn't hear it.
Chan said something I couldn't hear.
That was.
Yeah, Nemo, dude. Nemo. Oh, these comments is hilarious. Nemo was such a monster with the earlier, and I agree, dude. Yeah, he just always super strong with this character. I never wanted to play against Nemo because I just didn't understand the mix-ups. Little did I know, I just have to not let him play with Cammy. Just don't let him play. That's the best answer. Do not let him get a chance.
So apparently Jump Short was a Season 2 change, yeah. So your point is right, yeah. I always thought it cost
That's how long, like, we didn't even know what he had in Season 1 because we never really saw the character until now, right?
It's so funny because it's like you would think Jump Short would by default kind of have hitbox to cross up, but it's like, it would be like kind of common sense, right? But
yeah,
it was missed.
I think there's another character that came out like that. I can't remember, but there has been like some releases where characters just don't have a good cross-up. Maybe they have like a whatever cross-up, but yeah.
Already spent it, does not get a combo.
The Season 2 Innovator, yeah, that's true. Also Season 1, I remember I was his like first sacrificial victim, dude. At RB, sacrificed me at the RB invitational thing. He showed the world the mix-ups that Urian has. It's disgusting. I think that was the first time we saw like knee drop behind and the Aegis stays in front. You just eat all that. So I definitely am a fan of RB as a spectator and a victim. So good stuff.
As a victim, yeah. The first time I really got to study RB. There was a handful of events in America he showed up to, actually. And one of the more memorable ones was his performance over at the Red Bull North America stop for Proving Ground. No, Battlegrounds, I should say.
It was Battlegrounds, yeah.
That happened in Seattle, and he destroyed everybody. Everybody was getting mad hype. Everybody in the room stopped as soon as they saw RB show up.
Like, oh, dude, he's playing Urian. We got to see what he's doing. Oh, man, look at that mix.
I wouldn't be surprised if Nemo was influenced by the way the character was displayed through RB's performance, right? So I think that's probably what kind of pushed him over the edge. It's like, you know what, I'm going to play Nemo now. I think this is a great idea.
Yeah, he's like, oh, that reminds me of Marvel. I used to do this to people in Marvel. Yes, this is my character. No more Vega. No more Vega. He saw the light.
None of that.
None of that.
He destroyed Oil King through the mix-ups for the most part, and he moves on again to fight off against Daigo. Now, again, going into Season 2, we had some significant buffs to Urian, and a lot of people have not really got to study the matchup. Even to this day, there's still a lot of players that kind of get flustered with this matchup, right? It's just one of those characters that's like, man, I really don't want to lab him. He's such a nuisance.
Yes, there's so much you have to lab, like kind of dealing with the mix-ups. It's almost purely a guess. You have to just kind of understand that you have to take the initial mix. And the best way to kind of negate that is just don't let him get in, really. That's kind of the whole no Daigo as like this footsie lord. He's really good at zoning all this, but he's actually like one of his strengths. I manages to deal with Urian's pressure and the Aegis, of course.
Let's take a look. So we see the accolades there for the path to top 16. These guys have a very
of the FTC Christ.
They ain't ready for it because look.
Sorry, I'm just listening to the you know, let's listen to the commentary. I'll talk about
People got short-term
memory,
bro.
Ozzy Obama on the mic.
Dude, guys, doesn't it kind of look like we're the players right now? Our faces are like right over there. We can almost confuse you guys and make you think that we're playing.
His Guilty Gear performance, Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter. I mean, Marvel versus Capcom 3.
Look
This
at how
dude is
sharp Jeremy
insane.
looks, guys. Can you believe
He
it?
is
Like, look
not-
at that.
I said it early,
stick.
bro. He is not a businessman.
You should have seen my bangs last
Look
week.
at it.
Oh,
He
the,
has to
bangs
look at
last
me.
week,
He's
dude.
looking
I
at
Here's
wish
my
you guys
bangs
saw
last week.
the
man.
bangs were
Notice
wilding out,
all
guys.
of you dudes.
Dude,
I wish you let it rock.
I could have had the comb over. My
I
God.
know you like the stats, guys. Wait till
I
you see
would
the
have
bangs.
just combed it over my head.
Daigo
Hey,
has what it takes to win this
Appreciate
match.
it, Mama
That's
Down.
pretty well by now.
And Nemo rocking a
Appreciate
suit,
you, Mama.
trying to emphasize that he's got that job that he changed.
Well, it's changing.
So I do want to emphasize Daigo just a little bit
Still
as this match is
businessman at heart.
going.
He changed from a
Yes.
salaryman to like protecting the home.
He had a very, very busy month this month. Or specifically
Nice
in
move
August of
pressure.
2017, right?
Daigo
Right.
moving in.
He went to Cologne, Germany,
How you play this
got
match,
first at
but-
Fight Club, got first at Aggregate Cup,
Wow.
17th at Evo.
Wow.
and fifth at Tiger
Brilliant
Uppercut.
anti-air.
He had like back-to-back
Shut
events.
it
He had
down.
2 events
Think he can't see
in
it.
back-to-back
Think he
months,
can't see
July and August, right? And performed very well
Tournaments in a row,
again.
he's won. You
Taking
think
2
he's not
back-to-back
trying to
firsts in
hit
August,
Did this happen in Kumite? I never saw it in Kumite.
Aggregate Cup and Fight Club. That's kind of ridiculous.
You're saying that was like a month
Aegis
before this,
on
right?
the get out. Did he take
How,
it?
dude, Fight Club was a week before
the
Japan.
Aegis sandwich.
Oh wow,
Missed on the
that's
double.
crazy.
Great.
Because we saw him back at what was it, NCR, and we're like, well, Daigo's playing Guile. It doesn't look very fleshed out, but it seems like you just give him like a month, and he just seems more and more
I've
fleshed
been
out.
waiting for this.
Really.
You can have that esports Daigo, man. I want the beast.
Guys, we see you chatting. We see you chatting. Mighty Stink, you upgrade that kit, buddy. House Shoes, how you doing? Master Dean, the stash is beautiful. Not a rerun.
Just gonna take the carry from him.
Oh, got him with a second revolution.
It is technically a rerun.
It's technically a rerun. We're guys. If you're just joining, we said this before, but we're just here to have fun, kind of go over these matches with you guys. Just kind of give you a little bit of a retrospective, right? Just talk about how the seasons were back then. Season 2 a little bit more wild than we're used to Street Fighter 5 now.
Yeah, a little bit of lore on the players and what they were going through this year, how the meta was specifically for some of these characters. And for the most part, just making fun of ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. And getting hungry. We're talking about food.
Yeah, that's a great place to talk about food. You know why we talk about food so much is that once we get the CBT back up and running, we always like to talk about our favorite spots to eat during the That's pretty important if you ask me.
Yes, if we were in Japan, Lord knows we'd be eating the best ramen, best sukemen,
Nemo's going into
Yeah,
crazy
dude.
best
mode.
curry.
Sometimes he'll just like
Kikambo ramen, God bless,
throw concepts out the door.
who was it?
It's
Fudo for hooking it up.
He does have stellar defense, but
Dude, did you see?
Incredible.
Fudo had
defense,
like the
awareness,
Kikambo guys at his wedding, and they were serving Kikambo ramen at his wedding. What a flex, dude!
That's true. I forgot to mention for Logan specifically, we gotta bust the McDonald's of Japan as well.
Daigo smiling in defeat. What does
He doesn't
this
want the
mean?
noodles.
He doesn't want the
What does
what?
that
He
mean?
doesn't want the noodles. He doesn't
Oh, the
want
noodle.
the noodles. He wants the meat.
He wants the meat. He wants the curry, the cocoa curry.
Oh, shut up about curry, man. Damn it.
I'm sorry. What about Ikanari steak? Ikanari steak is so clutch, dude. I love Ikanari steak. You know what I really wanted out in Japan that I did not get because I was a little too broke from the trip over there? I really wanted Wagyu, dude. I wanted to try straight up Wagyu from Japan, where it's from.
It just melts, dude. It's
Yeah,
so
you had it?
literally just melts, dude. Yes, I have.
Where'd you have it? Like what? Like precinct or like?
Oh, I mean, I had it in Tokyo in Shinjuku. I just don't remember the spot. Damn!
I was sick. I didn't even know that combo.
How many flash kicks?
Like 6 flash kicks. That's crazy.
The gold
Ooh,
medal on that
$100.
floor
Ooh.
routine. How many somersaults did we see?
Ginza steak in Ginza. Oh my days.
Into the
That was
two-piece.
actually ridiculous.
That was
A lot of
ridiculous.
standing straights here. It's like
And then he kept charging for meter. He kept stocking up on meter with the flash kick. He's so cool. He's like, I'm not gonna
almost
stop.
got him on that
I'm
no
not gonna
choke
stop.
job.
And he has a full stick of butter too.
Hey.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Talking about butter now. What is wrong with me? I'm sorry, guys. I don't know.
Ooh, look how he
Ooh,
separated
Man.
the balls in between the two. Ooh.
Oh,
Got a counter.
I don't blame you, Tan. I don't blame you.
yo, he flash kicked after a what, a -2 scenario off the
But
4
let's see,
point.
baby.
He don't care. He knows Nemo's gonna press a button.
Oh,
it worked.
He read
Good
that.
jump back.
He
Oh my
looped
God.
him.
This is a good set. I watched like the first round. I was like, okay, we're definitely putting this in.
Staring at
100%.
you. Oh,
I was
Daigo
worried there'd be
with the
too much Nemo, but can there really be too much Nemo, dude? I love watching this guy play.
Not enough demo, honestly.
Not
I
enough.
love how Daigo just looked into the
Hey,
camera.
look to the camera. You like that guy? You
Oh,
like that?
swig of the Red Bull.
I still got it. I still got it.
All right, boom, Project Wars.
I did moment
Obviously, it's
37. That
gonna
was
be in
me.
Daigo's favor.
Oh.
That's a down kick.
From the flash kick.
I was actually practicing that not too long ago. I was there. I was in the lab like 2-3 days ago. No, last week, Friday. And I was testing if I could do the moment 37. It didn't take too long, but I got it. Then I tried to make it harder where I blocked the first set of legs and I red parry the second set. I'm like, all right.
Ooh. You're like, Daigo, talk to me. I could have been doing all sorts of things.
I'll never be able to do it under pressure. 100%.
The whole way he set that up is insane.
Again.
Dude.
Demon, yeah, that's good. Mega.
Mirror.
Did you see that? He did cross up. He did cross up EX.
Oh, puts him
What
in
is that move called? The knee?
Knee drop, yeah. Balance.
Yeah, knee drop? Yeah, dude.
Oh.
This is a sick ass match. Oh my goodness.
It's
Oh
safe
my
to
days.
say it's Nemo enough. Come on, Dan. I didn't know you were a father.
Nemo enough. Oh my goodness, Dan.
Can you go back, please? No, we're running it. If you didn't see it, you gotta clip it. You gotta clip it and watch it. We're going to
I'm sorry, guys. We only go forward, never go back. I mean, we go back with the show initially, but we're back
we've
there.
been stuck in 2017 for a while, all right? We can't be pumping the brakes now.
I know. If you guys really like 2017, I wish we could take you back there. Probably better than right now.
Oh, we have no control either. Jack.
And none at all. Tan's got. He's driving the boat. Tan's driving the boat on this one. He is the boat. He's the goat.
We're just the passengers, honestly.
The goat and the boat. We're just the passengers. We're the little dinghies on the boat.
Yeah, that's fair.
Straight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We went to what's it called?
Backing up a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely went there, Tan, to Little Chop Curry. Oh my goodness, man. That plate is definitely enough for like 5 people.
God, but it was just enough to get the reset too. Did you see that?
I saw it.
And then he walked up and elbowed again. Oh, hell again.
You know, I don't blame Daigo there. I don't blame him, dude. You gotta do something. But man, I feel like Daigo's like crux is like people know he's got the Ume flash. They know in like desperation kind of situations that he's gonna do it. Since then, he really innovated his flash game. He does like the late flash kicks and stuff now. Like he mixes it up. But back then, people knew, man. He's under pressure. He's gonna DP me.
Honestly, I'd like to base those reads off of how much he has trained up against the player and the character, right? So if I feel like there's something missing in his notes, or if there's something like he's unfamiliar with scenario-wise, he'll tend to flash kick a little bit more to kind of like throw the other person off of their game and strike them mentally.
I definitely think
more liberal flash kicks afterwards.
Yeah, I definitely think this was a time where like even the people in Japan, the top players, probably weren't as familiar with Urien as they are now. Like for sure they weren't. So there was probably some situations where Daigo expected Nemo to bust out with some ages, but it just never came. And Nemo moves on. The Nemo show moves on, guys. This as we're moving on with our next set of matches. We're going into the top 8 now. We're watching Haitani versus Pogo. No.
So Haitani at this point, still sticking with Nikali. I want to see what his performance was like last year, but we can see the path to top 8 as he's taking down Moke. Chris T was there.
Oh yeah, Chris T was there. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. And then Punko, we saw him play earlier, taking down Gachikun as well. So he's still in the hot seat. This is still like a winner's side, right?
Yeah, it's still winner's side. This is winner's top 8. Very, very big deal for Punko here because I believe back then it was still auto qual. So winning one of these big premieres meant you were in Capcom Cup. So Punko, he didn't have the best results coming into this. So he's really trying to get his spot in the Capcom Cup.
So Haitani, one of the very, very infamous players in 3S, made even bigger waves as well and towards the later end of 4. And then doing so again with a great character to do so, because like the characters I know him for is just like straight up like Makoto.
Yeah.
So he kind of gets that kind of package deal with the likes of Nikali, or the closest thing to it in terms of getting a command grab and pretty good normals. Doesn't have like a dive kick, but I mean doesn't have an axe kick, but has the dive kick.
Yeah, there's a lot of Makoto similarities there, right? Like you kind of rely on the buffers, but the one thing that differentiates Nikali from Makoto is he has a seismo, right? So it'll be interesting to see how Haitani takes his zoning game from other games. I believe even in Vampire Saber, he kind of played a zoning character, right? Like that character, what was his name? Like the behemoth looking one? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure there was some zoning involved. Haitani. What's his? I can't. Maybe Chad can let us know. I can't remember his name. I think it's Ice something. I just don't know. Mom, not right now, ma'am. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. Sorry guys, my bad. I'm a professional. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna watch Haitani versus Punko right now. Let's see how it goes. Call him what?
I just call him Sasquatch.
Not
You're talking about the
only
smoke
is it
beach, right?
in the game,
Yeah, it's
also
Sasquatch,
for
yeah.
not
His
to
name is
hear
Sasquatch.
things like Gaijin.
I did
right
not
when you're
watch
speaking
enough
English and
Vampire
yelling,
Saber
you
to
don't want
know
any distractions.
how that character played, but I know that guy. I know Haitani mixed
On
people.
the game here, so our Kappa Punko.
Definitely mixed
Our
people.
Kappa is not actually sponsored by, or sorry, Punko is not actually sponsored by our Kappa for this event.
But
he just put the tag on his own.
And he
Punko just repping,
Bends
huh?
the knee.
Okay.
Haitani, though, of course, is graph.
I'll bend the knee. I miss Game of Thrones, dude. Except the last like 3 episodes. Man, I really miss.
They could delete the
Yeah.
entire last season.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I don't.
Infiltration.
A lot of questionable things going on there.
Infiltration. Both of these guys earned this top 8
So this is great. It's
the names is pretty irrelevant because every single
Giuna and
player was a
Majin
top player.
Obama.
There was no easy path to top 8 for anybody.
I think it is. Yeah,
So just
I
know at
can
home,
definitely
everyone
hear
thinks
Giuna. I haven't heard Obama yet.
Hey,
Oh, it's still Z.
Still
Z.
attendance.
I silenced my mom. Mini cap.
Hey, it's difficult to get out
Hey,
there.
mom,
Specific-
please.
Oh,
Counter.
This is what's going to give Haitani some
What a
problems.
parry.
So Punko might be the only
Those are the kind of reads you
only
need.
player putting in work.
What?
it's all three of them. It's Z, Majin Obama, and Giuna.
Oh, wow, that's sick.
That's something that some of the graph guys talked about.
I like the 3 commentator format. It's not bad. It can be a little much, but like I like these 3 commentators a lot.
People do not know this matchup, and he is going to take full advantage of it.
Oh my mix.
It's like a desk.
We call it gimmicks.
It's like a desk.
We call those
I
gimmicks.
think Majin Obama has a very valid point. Like, just people don't know the matchup with Colleen. Very much so under the radar, clearly.
Yeah, for sure. Like she's always had really solid normal, solid confirms, good damage. It's just she was never really a top tier in season 2, right?
Yeah.
She kind of just went under the radar, and ever since then she's really just been going under the radar with her V Trigger 2 constantly, never getting touched, even though it's just so good.
Set up heavy.
When was she released?
I want to
She
say
was released in February. She was released this year as DLC
Yeah.
in February. So February 2017.
Punko's always been really good at learning new characters too. Like Abigail, he played Abigail when no one was playing Abigail. He played Colleen when no one was playing Colleen. And now he's trying to walk Seth. It would have been really cool to see how Punko would have done on the CPT circuit this year. Hopefully, for the Asia side of things for CPT Online, that we'll see some Punko Seth, because it's really interesting to see how he'll apply Seth in this game. Seth, I think, is a very strong character. Like, honestly, like a lot of people are, he's under a lot of people's radar.
Seth is a beast, actually. Yeah, V Trigger 2 was highly slept on, but we'll go through that in a little bit. Actually, I was looking through archives of V Trigger 2 setups. You know, right in the very beginning of Seth's release, people were like, you know what? I think V Trigger 2 is the trigger to play in the long run because of how much potential it has with the orb. Like, you're not using it for the combo ability; you're using it for the mix-up potential to it, which is something that is heavily relied on in Street Fighter 5. Right? You're not looking for flashy combos or high damage combos, just scaling. V Trigger scaling at that. You're looking for the reset opportunities, which
Yes.
Trigger provides.
Yeah, and I believe Seth has a 2-bar V-Trigger, right? And that, he has a good way of building his V-Trigger with the tandem engine. So just overall, he has like a good ways to access his V-Trigger while still kind of having the life lead. Most characters need like to use their V-Trigger as a comeback, but I feel like Seth can build enough V-Trigger while getting hit a little bit to still have that potential.
At home in their mother's basements right now.
Whew.
And this is the thing about Punko's playing at that range outside sweep range. It forces Haitani to make.
Look at the comeback, though. How much damage the Colleen is.
I know.
And look how good Colleen is at deterring that pressure. Witcher, oh!
Right into it.
I was
That's
gonna
a-
say Trigger 1, but
Yeah, that's That's a good player read because Pungo, he's very like sporadic. Like even though he had the life lead, he was trying to close it out. He's trying to dash and do a bunch of things. V Trigger 2 is a 2 bars one, yeah. She got the 3.5 patch nerf, thankfully. Yeah, I saw a lot of Japanese players when I went to the first Evo Japan. Everyone that played Ibuki switched to Colleen because she had the mix and had just so much damage. It was crazy. That's when Abigail was also very strong. Season 3.1. Oh god, I'm glad they.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit after he came out, but they gave him such crazy buffs.
So far, he's 2 for 2 on those. Let's see if Punko adapts.
Yo, you pressed a button on the way down. It could have been command grab, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of a 50-50. It is a 50-50.
It's so crazy. Like when we think about those options now, it's like, okay, the worst the Kali could do is if you just block is command grab mid screen, or back throw. Back throw would be way more dangerous than command grab, I think, because you have the corner control.
Exactly.
But like, you know, it's still not much. You have a higher chance of not taking huge damage.
Yeah, I agree. And also the thing about Nikali's back throw in V Trigger is he has a what's it called, throw loop. He has a real throw loop. So this is a character you really have to guess. You have to decide on defense a lot.
You have more guess on defense if you're guessing if it's going to be a throw or not, you know, rather than like getting hit with a meaty counter hit into like guaranteed damage kind of thing.
Yeah, you kind of have to pick your spot of when to retaliate. So I don't blame Punko for picking like the first instance to try and retaliate.
Man, what a view reversal too.
Yeah, that was really smart. He's still frozen the White Walker.
The man's cold. Yeah. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
It's just building up.
Those guys are creepy, man.
I know, man.
The dragon glass, let's go.
Stun is coming.
Did you ever read the books for that? I always thought about reading the books just to see if it was better than the show.
I don't know how to read them.
Yeah, me neither. You're right. I played Sakura. You played Yoon, so you know.
Hey, young dude.
You think I can breathe?
Oh, the bitch. Oh, what the? That's unfortunate. Well, I mean, he was crouching, so.
Is this SSX? He's trying to get tricky over here, damn.
Oh!
This is E-League all over. Z is the curse.
The Phenom. That's Phenom. So unfortunate. That was like a 60K, $60,000 drop. Punko, feeling himself.
Keeping the shirt on.
The lanyard's already off, man. It's gonna be one piece at a time. Look at Yongdae. Shout out to Yongdae, SG fighter. Always doing his thing out there.
I was gonna say, you know, Collins Roundhouse not being duckable anymore. No, I'm lying.
Not being what?
You can still duck.
Oh, yeah,
you can still crouch under her standing roundhouse. My bad. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, but that move's just still really good. You have to, like, the thing about Colleen's back heavy kick is you need to be, a lot of people try and walk and block and treat it like a normal move, but you need to be walking back and forth or just standing still to whip punish it. If you walk and block, you give her a much higher chance of it being blocked.
That range is deceptively long, man. It looks kind of similar to Cammy's medium kick, except exceptionally slower. It's really far too.
Yeah, and a crush gun too.
It's nasty.
It is nasty. What an overhead! Oh my goodness. And this is after the lag reduction too, so he's just getting hit by overhead.
It's facts, man.
Did Punko take off his shirt during the SF5 era? Once? Oh man, I don't even. If you can find out when that once is, Neko, I would like to know.
Yo, tag Capcom Fighters did that one. At Capcom Fighters on Twitter.
Yeah.
Let us know where you found these pepperonis.
Yeah, let us know where the flagrant pepperonis are.
Ooh.
I think that's been out for a while now. People will start using V-Trigger. Yeah, 100%. That's what we were saying earlier.
Not this time. That time is gonna hit.
Punko definitely did that when it was against Twitch TOS at EVA. He's not shy. He's not getting banned. It's you know, it's a pepperoni.
We had two players do that in FIFA.
Okay. Strong round.
Oh yeah. What the guy's name? He hella provoked Punko into doing that.
It was Able player. I know who he is. I just can't remember.
Oni-san? I think that was it.
It was Oni-san. It was
Oni-san. Yeah. Shout out to Oni-san, wherever you are.
First to 3. Whoever can go up 2-1.
The most flagrant of pepperoni Street Fighter 5 has ever, or Street Fighter has ever seen.
Yeah, I think that was the most entertaining just to watch.
I did not expect that. That was a much hyper match just because of all that.
Chase down from Haitani. A lot of people don't challenge that.
Oh,
Ooh.
yo, he's still caught up pressing the button. Oh, I like the dash. You notice that in this season, they're checking dashes a lot more this time around.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh,
What a reset!
Put him on
Yo,
ice.
I'm going sick.
No jump.
Oh, damn, that's good.
And Punko gonna go up.
Does it go
I like
forward?
that
Reset
Punko
this
kept
time.
like
Finishes
crowding
the
him with
job.
normals because he knew if he got the hit, he was going to get stunned for
Like,
one. But he also knew that Haitani relies on his V trigger, right? He wants to keep his V meter, so he's less likely to V reversal, so he can keep the meter. That's really good awareness. Right?
yeah, I like the situations he kept putting him in after knockdown. He continued to apply pressure with the icicles or the hailstorm. For the most part, to force the V reversal out. But you know when Punko lands the knockdown without Haitani having the V trigger, he dashes up and goes for the meaty. I started to like that a little bit more with what decisions were for Punko when he knocks down an opponent, depending on what they're needing.
Yeah, it seems like he's just really being insistent. Specifically against Nikali, right?
Taunting when you're up around and getting you.
Yeah, Nikali is definitely the only character that gets to retain V trigger once it's activated.
Yeah,
I mean, like, why not take it away?
yeah.
Yeah.
Birdie's goes away, but he's like the only other character I feel like it doesn't really burn that fast. When he's in V trigger one, I mean.
Yeah, compared to Nikali, where it just never goes away no matter what you do.
Yeah.
A Chad, if you will. He's not afraid of anything. Dashes in. Even V trigger Nikali, the strongest character in the game. Punko does not care. He's going in, challenging him.
Deal with the 50-50. Good
Like you said,
defense.
though, any clean hit from Nikali right now.
50-50. These are some interesting neutral jumps from Punko.
Pokes though.
Bro, he is going in.
Good defense, yeah. And
He's really forcing him to wait for the DP. Oh, he's still got it. Oh my god.
Did he dash twice?
I think it was one and he walked under a little bit.
in a game with 1,000 health. So
Yo, shoot this man.
Shoot him? Yeah,
Tiny
shoot.
fight to stay alive
Shoot
here.
this
Oh,
man.
Punko's still looking strong.
Get smoked.
OG-san, boy. OG-san. Pretty close.
The comeback with V-Trigger Nikali.
M Bison V-Trigger 2 goes down so slow. Oh, really? When he uses one V-Trigger 2 command grab, does that take out like a ton of his V-Trigger 2? Like how much?
It's a good chunk.
It's a good chunk? Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
No,
No, I was
It's not like half.
Doing
But
that every
Yeah,
time that trade
that reminds me of Colleen's
Haitani
V-Trigger
sells
2
those
now. I
stuff,
wasn't
a lot
too
of stuff.
familiar with it until I played.
is it half? I thought it was like
finally
a fourth for some reason.
I thought it'd be like at least a third, but a half kind of sounds right.
Hit him in the
Just
back.
as a snowflake.
Dang, that really makes how Problem uses that. That makes it more impressive because like he times those out really well.
You know, the worst thing is just holding the command grab, and then even if you're waiting to try to play defense, EX Devil's Reverse comes out, and it's like, well, it's time to guess, dude.
It's time to guess I'm in your face.
Yeah, and then like, if so, say you like try to defend against that, the EX Devil's Reverse, you jump and you get clipped, he gets to juggle you because of the explosion.
Because of the what? Because of the bomb. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God, that explosion.
A lot less
If you try and interrupt at the wrong time, trade combos off the explosion too. No escape.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. That's why we play Cammy against Bison. We don't deal with it. He doesn't have to use it. Yeah, that's a scary thing too. I feel like Problem's really good at spacing like full screen Psycho Crusher too. Like to make it plus. He just, dude, he has such a way with that V-Trigger too.
Stay there.
Oh,
Yeah, this set's really good. It's back and forth non-stop.
But not now.
You're seeing Haitani constantly adapt to like Punko's constant rushing.
I see Guilty in the crowd cheering on
See how
his
close
teammates.
this is without
Perhaps
V-Trigger too?
Haitani.
What's that?
You see how close this is without V-Trigger too?
I know. It's crazy. Punko's just showing like he has a good game plan, and Colleen's always been a threat.
Oh, that was sick.
So right
That
now,
one's sick. He has another unit. Shoot! Oh my god!
Oh,
do not
Dude, this is sick.
Please stun him, stun him.
Oh, he got him!
how did you
Gonna go
know?
up.
just you.
Waits a little bit
It's
for
one of those
the
things
freeze,
like
does a
Jeremy, you
little
remember
extra damage
Insta
there.
4 online.
Now, Puka
We,
Blow the match point.
the lag would
Haitani's
hit.
still with that
We
bonus.
try and DP
Even
anti-air. We're really focused on it, and then we just mash
Good
DP
sign
when
in
we
the body
have to jump.
language, but
That seemed like one of those things
that, of
right there.
course, when going against a very rare
Every
character.
time.
So many people
Just
can
when he
play
landed a
Bonchan
hit that he
at
didn't
this high
jab.
level.
I mean,
I think
Haitani just
nobody.
went
There's
for it.
no. I can't
I
even
know.
think of another.
Oh, so-
Oh!
Oh,
Oh, the cross cut.
Damn, he did it again.
Oh, you remember this at Valentine. That's awesome.
To the ground.
Bro, he's making Colleen look so good right now. It's crazy.
Because she was
The
good.
Korean Colleen.
She was good. Always good.
He's still
Oh my-
good.
She is.
No.
Oh, that's one view reversal
Haitani
down.
cornered
I mean, he can afford it.
Stomps out, does not
Yeah.
He's been so good about those low in the EX stomps.
So many good answers.
Finally go for
Crazy.
a normal throw.
When in doubt, DP out.
Ooh.
Every time.
Got the V trigger off that crush counter, activates.
Supporting takes this round too.
Well, the shimmy? The chimichurri?
I
thought it was
did not think
false
Fudo
out
was
there.
gonna take this here.
I thought so too.
He jumped, tried to bait out the counter, didn't come.
Oh, this could be big. If he was in V Trigger 2, that was dead. Oh, he guessed!
Oh.
Cut of the tournament thus far.
Oh my
Behind the
god.
back, the cross cut. It was such a clutch break.
Haitani's name, guys, is, in Japan is known as the crazy rascal. And you can see why. The craziest of rascals.
Ooh.
That's what his name means?
Yeah, it's his nickname. It's not Haitani.
Oh, I was like, wait a
Backs
minute.
off wisely, does
Wait a minute.
Haitani.
This does not add up.
So he was at a meter disadvantage, but
I
Haitani
can't do
spent a
math
bar,
either,
so
man,
dead
so-
even right
It's
now.
okay.
Slight
we
lead here for
can't
Korea.
read. We missed all of elementary. Sorry, guys.
But as we've seen, this match does not start.
We were playing
until
Street
Haitani
Fighter.
activates.
Yeah.
Streets. Learning on the streets.
Damn
He's
right.
scared.
You guys got street knowledge? I don't think so.
Neutral jumps
Oh,
over, Haitani now.
If you tried to avoid the V trigger, you're still gonna land on it.
Building.
Waiting for that
How
stun,
active
never
is that? That's
seen. So many
insane.
mind games going on.
Checks him out the landing.
The biggest takeaway, I feel like,
Stun is building.
off of that hit
Building.
was the corner carry and
Gonna get out now.
um,
Match start. He spent it. He
Uh,
wants
The
to
freeze.
set up. He wants to
hitting
set
the
up.
stun. Yeah, the stun
Yeah.
too.
That just made it a pretty solid V Trigger overall.
What's
Like,
gonna happen?
even if she never got V Trigger 2 and got like some of the buffs she's got, I think she still would have been a really good pick.
He's got one chance. Ah, shimmy.
Oh, the shimmy with the short. He was trying to be safe.
That
Extra.
is
That's
a real
shades of
threat.
2016 Punko. Like he was committing to the
He's got that
girl.
pain look. He's
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
he has a lot of like habits from before, and I feel like we never really got to see
Mr.
Punko
Consistent
travel
number
too much.
two
So it's
behind Fudo.
nice to
Mark is
see him
on.
get this far. Hopefully he can make it back into grand finals from there.
I still watch him from time to time. He plays a lot of
So
like
four graph play. I think four graph players
every
entered
now and
this
then, but he plays a lot of retro
tournament,
games
and
too.
Yeah, he does.
Man, young Obama and young Juna.
All right, Logan, have a good one, man. Be excellent, dude.
Yo, peace out, bro.
You beautiful man out there. All right.
Just a nice
So,
hair.
he does have some nice hair. It's getting real long, Logan. I see you. But yeah, just like we're going to see our next matchup, we're going right back to the Nemo show, guys. We got Nemo versus Lord Xiaohai. Let's see what Xiaohai has in store for him. So Nemo's always hated fighting against Cammy. No matter what the season, he just hates playing against Cammy. And I feel like the epitome of a Cammy player really is Xiaohai. Super fast, reactions, really fast pace, just nonstop. Really good DPs as well. You really just don't know what to do against Xiaohai, especially as Urian, who has to charge to get a DP going on.
Mhm. No, big time. One of the bigger strengths of Xiaohai is his exceptional reaction speed, as well as his understanding of certain situations. Like, of course, like your reactions could be godlike, but you also have to have like a certain amount of reads to accompany that, right? And he does one of the most insane things when it comes to chasing you down, trying to, take away from his offense by playing active defense, or even trying to like play lame and go to the other side of the screen. Xiaohai chases those downs as soon as he sees it, and he knows what decision to make based on of whether or not you jump backwards, you try to dash backwards or something. Any of those options, Xiaohai is ready for it.
Yeah, Xiaohai will straight up not let you breathe. He's like the first person I saw with Cammy chase a jump back with dash up heavy DP. I've never seen that before. So I'm really hoping we get to see some of those reactions. The classic Xiaohai that we all know and love in this set right here.
Dude, there were so many times where I've seen Xiaohai react with V-trigger drill and then would do uppercut critical art. I'm like, how do you even get that?
versus
You know how you get that? It's
That is a
KOF,
battle of the
buddy.
gods.
The KOF savant himself.
FCC 2017, and
I remember that shirt.
Games over two.
Entertaining,
3 games to 2
subjective.
over Nemo. So Something
match.
Yeah, it was definitely really close. Something interesting that you want to pay attention
I believe
to.
didn't Gutex
Watch
make
how
those
Xiaohai
shirts?
changes
He
throughout the
did,
set.
yeah.
At the beginning, he was really
Look at how
teetering
young they
intensive,
look.
he pressure
I can't
using,
tell what it is.
EX
These
combo
guys,
arrows,
man.
EX dive kicks to get
No
it.
Yeah.
facial hair on
Changed that up,
Giuna.
started to
I saw him
confirm
literally like this
and
morning
Nemo
on
was
his
forced to play around.
My
Oh,
guy
wow.
can't get his facial hair
And
to
then towards
connect.
the
He's
end,
a
he changed
blessed
back and took
individual.
that last game.
I mean, to me, nothing matters in this game.
Oh,
the
I'm
results,
sorry,
the
dude.
players.
Anyways, yes,
If you're hot,
Giono
if you're
does
feeling
look
today,
very, very
it's a blowout.
young, no
Yo!
beard.
Earlier got beat up.
Just the
How
good
different
old
is the meta
soul patch,
now
brother. That's all you
in
need.
Street Fighter 5.
And we got Z over here.
This game's
Z's
always
also
changing,
looking
right?
extra young.
This
I
game's
feel
always
like
I
changing.
personally don't think it's that different.
it's crazy how just like 3 years can make you look so young. I'm sure if we look back at ourselves, we'll be kind of sad and amazing.
It's funny you brought up the character.
If you're a sub to either channel, let me see some hands in the chat.
Yeah, see some Giono,
And
Monjan Obama.
let me also see some feet in the chat.
Yeah, but Nemo.
Let me see some hands. Let me see some hands and feet in the chat. If you're a sub to either one of these guys,
was already nerfed.
Gina or Obama,
Nemo was not
throw some
happy
hands
with
and feet in the
changes, but he said,
chat.
you know what, I'm gonna stick with it,
Hands.
and he's still
I am
putting up
unfortunately
good
asleep when they are streaming,
Can I
but
just
you know,
say, this
much
is
love
a
to them.
collision of
Nothing but
egos.
support.
right now. Yes.
Biggest superstar from
Oh,
mainland
I've
China
never
versus
seen that before.
the most arrogant, most
Yes.
You never seen the
most
Golden Boy, you know?
talented.
No.
One
I've never
is
seen it.
speaking
You got the
against no
Tim?
skill,
I got
but
Tim.
he's definitely
Got Tim.
very proud of
Good
himself.
work. Good
Twitter
work.
game is on fire.
I think look at their haircuts. Look at both of their
We're
hairstyles.
excited.
You can tell these guys
So
think
funny.
very highly
The
of themselves.
Magino elbow is too good.
Oh my god, there's some
Easy,
emotes,
easy,
dude.
easy.
Holy crap.
Shooting.
I might just sub to Bonja just to these
Oh,
emotes.
the
man.
KOF one?
That's beautiful.
Dang, the street gang's all here. Hold on,
That's
hold
not
on,
ready
hold
though.
on.
Within
That
10
Oh,
seconds.
That commercial's getting taken off.
Oh
the air
no,
right
Charlie's
now.
already getting screwed.
We do not get that channel here in Japan.
I
That
will.
is-
Perfect.
That's
Assert
Goal.
the alpha dominance of
The gang's all here,
right
dude.
now.
You got Bert, Satan's got Ernie.
Very
Monjan
tall.
Obama Kyle.
and crushing.
Oh,
Xiaohai
God,
brought up,
dude.
you know, his
That was not
technical
intentional.
performance.
I don't know how that
Nemo
happened.
also
I don't know
had
either.
some
That's awesome.
tournaments as well.
Well, what a check. Xiaohai was also one of the first people I ever saw react to Passion. Even in like,
Right there.
yeah, even when it was super laggy, he would always react with
He
the
plays
free
all
frame.
those
It's
games?
insane.
He is a legend. I'm telling you, man.
Oh,
Dude,
man,
turn around.
Dude, this is
He's
Nemo.
dead.
From the movie.
He's dead. There's no. This is when Cammy's super.
Oh!
Do that.
No, no, he's fine, he's fine, he's fine, he's fine.
Oh, he's not fine.
No, he's living.
Oh, he's living. Yeah, I thought you meant about Xiaohai doing the jab.
Oh, no.
Oh my god, don't jump.
Oh my god!
Oh god.
After that
Xiaohai's just emotionless. Like, man, I got robbed.
Face the look on his face again. That was like the same face he had when he lost the CEO. He pauses just to let it process. He's like,
The classic Xiaohai is he pauses and just goes like this. Just goes right back.
Now, to be fair,
Yeah.
this
That's
is
the
how the
classic
set started
shot.
out in FCC as well. Nemo with a very
take a
strong
shot every
start.
time Z screams. You guys are gonna be a bunch of drunkards.
Oh, dude. I don't know if you guys want to do that.
Let's watch this match right here.
Surge.
Oh, what crap!
Whoa. Already 40% down.
Yeah.
This is just how the first round started.
And the second
Dude,
round.
what is going on? This is not what I'm used to when I see Nemo play against Candy.
Do you see the confirms on this man? He got a counter hit stand strong and went immediately to crush.
That was a slick confirm.
He's the king.
He's never blocked.
He's the emperor.
Actually,
The emperor
indeed.
never takes a step back. He
For
never
real.
takes a defensive stance. Only go forward.
Ooh, the jump. That was a good jump.
Look at his life lead too. Chopping.
Ooh, on the whip
Top in the wood.
Close.
Tried it.
Flow special.
tried.
Little medium kick, right?
Yeah. I think if you want to be sure, you have to do spiral.
Responds with some frustration.
You see that though? But also
Oh, the short! What a good short! Oh my god! Oh my god! Yo, this guy is insane. Nemo is
Nemo's got a
insane.
lot of life left. He was able to get the
Bro.
beat.
He's the most innovative, like, ages deflected user.
Oh, hands down.
The way he got these mix-ups going, using it outside of a confirm.
Yes. I was gonna say that too. Yeah, usually when you see Urians use their V trigger, you only see it off low medium kick, EX tackle. But Nemo is one of the first that we've ever seen and here with it, both cross up and from far away.
Yeah. Oh, this is dangerous here.
There it
He
is.
can beat as much as he wants. Oh.
Expressed in these V-trigger
Ooh, dang, he got
setups,
lucky
but
that time. Nice.
Getting whomped by Xiaohai in this corner.
Finally gets a confident win under his belt.
Imagine if he got,
That
instead of the
anointing.
DP motion,
That's
if he got
important
like
for
critical art.
prevent the mental
Oh,
block.
dude, that would suck. No, I've had that happen. It's the worst.
I probably would rage quit. Just like,
Very, very important. Is Nemo gonna
Just
go
take the game, bro.
up 2-0?
Just take
Xiaohai
it.
tie things up.
Nemo gotta be careful.
Hey.
DP super. Classic Xiaohai too.
Xiaohai will put it out there.
Yo, old health bars, by the way.
Yeah.
You guys like the old health bars?
Very, very
I'm a fan.
Probably gonna commit to using those on his approach too.
Good
Ooh,
conversion.
that jab check again, dude. I'm telling you.
He wakes up with something
he went for
all
crouch strong
time.
again.
He's the alpha.
Xiaohai has
See?
not
Come
been
on,
afraid
he's not
of
afraid.
wake up
This
headbutt
man
this entire
had
set.
a full-time
Yes.
job. He's going
Oh,
for
notice
it.
how
He's
Nemo
going
is
for
doing a
stun.
quicker dash, like a normal after his dash. He's doing crouch short now instead of trying to throw him. And it's getting Xiaohai. Xiaohai can't react anymore.
After that.
That combo did so much damage, by
What's
the
that
way.
gargle?
I
Just
know.
gargle
Oh,
all of
God.
that. Oh,
Double
Yeah,
crouch.
what is that?
Yeah, people don't talk about Urian's damage enough. It's crazy.
Run it
It's
back.
insane.
No, he wants
He
to go
wants a
back.
first to 10. Turn back
You
to
missed the
top
old
of
menu
nine.
UI?
That was he
Fair.
was signaling to his
Fair.
managers like we gotta invite him to
Yeah, this is
China.
season 2, guys.
I don't
Season
feel-
2.
I don't feel
Hey,
I can't play my
Xiaohai
match.
Yeah, thank
on
you,
home
Jack
turf could
Valentine.
body anyone.
Yeah,
He
man.
invited Tokido there,
beat
the
Tokido last
reigning
week.
champion
Yeah,
of
last
EVO.
Oh yeah,
Xiaohai
Xiaohai's known for
Hey,
inviting
even
people
season one,
to
two,
China
everything there, he's always
invitationals to
winning.
We know
really
he's good.
kind
Well,
of
hey, man,
kind of figure them out and like
Can
get
he
the kind of
invade
training
like
he
did
needs
10 years
because
ago at
the
SBO?
online, from what I've heard from Xiaohai, is not very good in China. So it really helps them to have those invitations.
Take home that $30,000 briefcase. I know that.
Yeah,
I'm
New
just
York,
listening to the
right?
commentary
They
when
went
I
out there,
listen
beat
to that.
Fudo, I believe.
Momochi.
I
thought
in
it was
winners
quiet.
finals, yeah.
Carry on.
Momochi looking
No, I
scared.
mean like I've
And now he's
heard
in
of that.
Momochi's
You know,
tournament. Maybe Momochi might have done something with his monitor.
Xiaohai has invited like a handful of
Changed
players
his
time and
setup,
time
trying to
again,
get that
and
revenge
taking around
1 year
China,
later.
or at least his area.
Momochi from
Yeah.
Ninja
That's just China.
Village
China's
of Iga.
huge, obviously.
Never forgets.
Yeah.
Always won the Holy
It's
Grail.
throughout the entirety
Now
of China.
Ninja Scroll, one of the most seen animes of all time.
That movie made me a man, but talk
That
about it somewhere
movie
else.
made me a
Anyway,
man.
2-0 here. Nemo, nice cross under, nice block from Xiaohai.
Oh, Juna. That's funny
Blasting
guy.
off those plasmas.
Anime Illuminati.
Yeah, Xiaohai hasn't done anything to make Nemo a
Oh,
fan.
They've been doing some serious work on their
And
YouTube.
that's why skill is so
Oh yeah,
important.
I saw how he
So
puts
also
together
got
his.
trigger off that as well.
Oh, really?
Like you said, you don't see a lot of Urians
What does he do?
use it a lot, but
Just-
Nemo is all. If
Not
he
another
has the
time.
opportunity, he's always
Okay,
gonna
that's
use it.
I'm gonna review the
It's never
technique.
played
Watch it,
Marvel,
and when
right?
you do
Marvel's
watch
using
it,
all your options, getting these
pretty
set
cool.
up.
Hey, what was
Take
that?
note.
Down
Oh, yeah, they do have a
low
studio in there.
two.
It's really cool.
Xiaohai
Shout out to
with
Tenno.
definition uppercut. It works out though.
Oh.
Wow, did you see how he
Did
used
you see how
the
delayed that was?
hurt box to
Stand,
make that
jab,
hit
counter hit into the stand
Nemo
strong.
looking.
That
Plasma
was
goes
mad
in
small.
the corner.
Only Nemo, dude.
You wanna test
Only
Xiaohai's
Nemo.
reactions, though.
It was like,
You gotta be careful
like,
putting that power
plus
bomb
a
in
million.
I want to test those.
It felt like a
G's
full
for
second.
legit tech,
That's
though.
when he did that.
I know the delay was really
Capcom
long.
fighters can't say that.
The studio does look really dope. Did you guys see the Capcom JoJo poster that Obama put up, dude? Oh my goodness.
Just to wake up.
What a flex.
You
I was
need
so
to have
jealous.
your anti-mirror set
I
up.
want to
Set
ask him
design
where he gets all these
back up.
posters
those
from,
are
but
I know.
speed pitch.
I feel like
Makes it
it's
safe.
within Japan. And
Yeah.
Pressure with the mirror goes in
Like
low.
he has his own guy. For sure.
Damn.
You're in such a good
Commentator's
path with
curse.
Nemo. Such a
Commentator's
package.
curse even
So many
in
options just
for sure.
disrespectful.
even in
Especially
2020.
with the way Trigger works, man, it calls to his ingenuity.
Morabia, you're a
I know
Xiaohai
he
fan?
puts in a
I
lot of
agree.
time trying to
I
find
agree.
these setups,
Xiaohai.
finds what's safe against what characters.
He's got the weight.
Easy.
Easy.
Oh, she does it. Oh.
Disrespect.
He said he won the JoJo's poster in an auction. That makes so much sense. Like I've heard a lot of things in Japan, like figures and stuff and posters. You have to get lucky and win them in an auction.
No, saving
There's figures you'll never see ever because they're only available in auctions in Japan.
Any hit will do it.
But Nemo got the V trigger locked up. Threatening
Big
the 3-0
trouble.
here.
Ooh, good jump back.
Gotta
That's
find a
fine.
hit.
Good luck.
Xiaohai looks so stressed. This looks.
He's dead. He's dead.
Nah, he isn't super.
Oh, meaty headbutt? Oh, okay.
That's pretty
Now he
smart.
has it.
Next one,
You know you can wake up with a crouch light kick to go under the meaty
He's
headbutt.
back in. Super's coming.
Oh,
Oh!
my
That was
God.
smart.
Profit
He felt it.
called it out.
Nemo's the
I see
kind of
that.
player who will do that.
Resources, so
I'd say that was
Take that to the
EX.
third round.
What is the
Yeah,
legendary
something.
quote? You know scare.
Ah.
Scare.
I don't know.
You
It could have
want
been
this
either
for
one.
me, I'll do it to
It
you,
could have been
buddy.
either one. I like the super usage
Dildo
just to
had
make
a
sure he gets a
big
game though.
disadvantage. Nemo, 3 bars.
Ooh, nice.
EX chariot.
Gets Nemo to
Nemo's
waste
trying to
some of
wild
these
out a little
games
too
with
much.
everything.
That was a good shimmy. Off crouch strong? Damn.
Nice. Calls out
That's
the
a
Jab
advantage.
check. Oh,
This
nice.
is the young Xiaohai.
Nemo loves technique.
This is the little boy.
He is
Careful, though.
exposing
Careful,
him
though.
right now.
V-trigger locked up.
One
No
there.
pee.
Beauty and
No
the
pee.
Beast. Show me the
No one's peeing on me
Monster.
today.
Oh! Okay, I thought it was gonna be another meaty headbutt, but he didn't need to.
No.
There it is.
Dang, I wonder if he made the coral punch safe right there. That looked plus.
The first reset coral punch? Yeah.
Yeah.
And now
That
Nemo.
looked plus.
100%.
No
Yeah, that's awesome.
feature yet.
Wow, I didn't know
He's
that.
in there.
This, oh yeah, this is a rerun. Semtex. We're just watching old footage. But me and Jeremy are live right now.
Yes. I am waving to you right now, Semtex 86.
Semtex 86. We see you live.
He doesn't
Hello.
look shook. If you look at his face,
But-
How are you doing?
Okay.
Yeah, he's famous for that, man. Always kind of
You know, that happened in 27.
momentum-based play.
This happened, yes. Definitely not happening on right now.
He can do really well.
Okay, we get the thumbs
Just
up.
so you know.
Going in game
Just in
4
case
right
you
now.
were
Nemo.
make your Karamas touch roses, Jeremy.
2 games.
Bro.
Might be coming back.
Bro, get
The little
the
legendary
Karama.
first foreigner to take.
It's
Yo,
fair.
I know. I always, you know, we'll close the show out with that if we remember. We will make our Karama touch roses.
Thrown back.
Is that the Mr. SNK?
Oh, Mr. SNK.
I haven't seen that name in a cool minute. What up, bro?
Bruh.
Why not? Wow, extension on the elbow.
What's up,
I
bro?
remember you're whooping my scrubby ass left and right with that pin. I was like, who is this guy? He plays like he's paying KOF. Oh, he's known for KOF. That makes a lot of sense.
Hey, Honda's back. So, I mean, like,
Oh, is it that SNK?
Willing to bet his meter in those clutch
Oh, and not KOF.
No, yeah.
Honda.
I'll make you scared of me.
Getting ready for Father's Day, my man. I see you.
I'm the alpha dog.
You can understand where I got mixed, right?
These are
Bro,
Right, SNK.
He's gotta click on his name. He sees profile picture. That's my guy right there.
Oh, dang. I should have clicked. I should have known. Well, thank you, Rugal. I'll try. I'm trying, you know, do a little
Y'all are
hosting work here.
smoking, wheeling and dealing, son of a gun. Miss SNK. What up, dude?
Fireball into the air.
I'm
Gonna
trying,
throw
Rugal.
Any air approach from Xiaohai, Cammy. Active phase a little late, and the mirror blows him up. Don't juggle.
You going back to Sakura? Nah. Nah.
You thought it was Mr. KOF? Oh my god! I just realized who you were referring
Yeah,
to.
I thought it was Mr. KOF.
No,
It's very close in names, Jeremy. Mr. KOF, Mr. SNK.
that's fair.
When you think SNK, you think KOF.
Where's Nemo?
Even the best fall
But one's a giant. The other one hangs out a dream of. I miss Juan though. I wonder what he's doing right now.
Yeah, I wonder too. Like a cool guy.
Okay, yeah, last
Oh,
second
very cool.
with that anti-air.
Safe on the EX knee. Good
Another
jump
great
in.
jump in.
That's the risk you take when you shoot those fireballs at that close range.
Stuns building.
Dude, this match is like getting closer and closer with Xiaohai. Nemo's
I
on
know.
the brink of like taking it down, but not with this life lead that Xiaohai has.
Oh, definitely not. Dude, Xiaohai is one of those guys that once he has momentum, he really makes you feel it.
You're
Oh,
doing
is this it?
You're doing it!
Is this
All the
it?
way to the corner we go.
Don't DP Xiaohai, don't do it!
This could be it.
Oh! No, that had to be V reversal.
Definitely be reversal. That would have been godlike if he meant to do that. Though.
Oh no!
Close it out! Dang, he made sure he closed it out. He's super.
Lives to fight another day.
International match.
that was
Dear
lives
God.
up to its
That was sick. Is it the Nemo show or is it the Xiaohai show? I don't know anymore.
And the thirst is real. They have to see.
The thirst is real.
The thirst is real.
I honestly love Z. Z's commentary is something out of this world. It's so unique, and it's something that no one else can ever imitate, no matter how hard they try.
100%. It's just super genuine. It comes from the soul, and you feel it, dude. You really feel it. Very authentic.
Good scare throw.
It's super unique.
No setup after that mid-screen, but Xiao continue that pressure.
Safe arrow from the sky.
Oh,
He's had to tone it down a bit from his SF4 commentary, but I feel like it's still really good. You know.
yeah.
Trying to whiff punish a little bit too slow here.
Yeah, he's super smart
Nemo
for
just
sure.
flaring.
The jab checks again. Brother, man.
He's still beast, dude.
For real.
He's the only one consistently doing that, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Good air-to-air chop.
Definitely back then.
Breaks the 50-50 on the landing.
Very important. A lot of
Breaks
people
the
say it's
50-50
Urine
on the
too. You
landing.
want to do as much damage as you can before Aegis comes out. Right now, without even using the mirror, Nemo's sitting pretty with a nice life lead.
Not fighting way in. Punish.
Nemo's so scary to
Man, why did he go for that?
I don't know.
Out fear.
He's in
What
that
was
territory.
happening before
No
that?
plays
Like,
in
that led him to
territory
think
right
he
now.
got the hit.
He's been able
I don't know. He's
to
just pressuring him, hoping he got the hit.
Jimmy doesn't
Fishing.
Good block.
Oh, what a trap!
Ah, ah.
Oh!
Save it, but-
Oh! Oh, no, plus no! Dude, Jeremy, you were talking about him doing a move into super, and the commentator's curse is real. 3 years later, guys.
It's like we've seen these before, Myers.
Dude, it's been so long. I don't remember.
It's just, honestly, we haven't. I personally have not seen the matches like the rerun up until this point. I was just guessing based off of how Xiaohai's been playing.
Yeah, he's playing so fast. When you play really fast, you're more likely to make a mistake.
Stand fierce, stand fierce. Don't out these Nemos finally finding the rhythm.
And Nemo put a ton of pressure on him too. Let's jab check again, dude.
Nothing on the shimmy for the
Oh, he had messed up stand fierce. He definitely won stand fierce.
No conversion again. What did he
Oh, confirmed, man.
You need to ask him later. See, what did he change? How did he?
Oh, the headbutt. Classic Nemo. When he can't take it anymore, he busts out.
Like that. Did you see it?
Dude, not many men could really take all that pressure from Xiaohai and not DP. Definitely not. Very good show from Nemo. Unfortunately, the Nemo show concludes right there. We got the Xiaohai show going on now.
You notice Nemo's demeanor back then, like how much he's smiling like during all these matchups, because it's more so like he's surprised that certain things happen in certain matchups, and now that's not as it doesn't occur as often because he's studied the game. He's now like a full-time student of the game and has done like extremely well in dissecting all these matchups. Now it's all business Nemo.
It's all business. Yeah, back then I feel like he was still learning the character too. So he had so much fun exploring the character, and you can tell. And now when things don't work out, he knows why it doesn't work out, and it just makes him kind of hate the character more. A good example is Zangief. We all know Nemo hates Zangief. He gave the handshake to Itazan at Capcom Cup, the classic. Just any of those characters can really get under his skin. Business Nemo. Hate some Zangief. But yeah, let's see what we got next. Kichipa versus Xiaohai. Unfortunately, Nemo show is over. Xiaohai's going to step in. Honestly, with this matchup, I feel like it is, at least back then, it's pretty difficult for Cammy. Like, Cammy didn't really have the best time against Zangief. Zangief had a lot of control, tons of damage. Zangief's pressure got buffed quite a bit this season to make it more consistent. A lot of his frame traps work now. Unfortunately, in Season 1, they weren't working. So once Zangief gets in, it's just non-stop pressure. So it's really scary as a Cammy player to have such low health and deal with that.
I'm gonna be devil's advocate here and say it's a great matchup for Cammy because she has very solid tools to keep it out. So I base it off of how the matchup goes as Karen. I think Karen controls the ground better because of her bufferable normals. Cammy is not too far off. She does have a similar medium kick that could kind of deter Zangief from approaching. She has great whiff punishing tools off of Stand Fierce to counter any sort of attempt from Fierce from Zangief, right? But I will say she's very lackluster in the buffering game. Low medium kick is not as strong as Karen's is, nor is her stand strong or crouch strong, right? I feel like Karen's is kind of slightly better in that regard. But Cammy, one thing that she does have in terms of controlling the pace, anti-air wise, she has an uppercut. On wake up, she has an EXDP. So I think, if anything, I think Cammy has an easier time in the matchup than Zangief does, in my opinion. Of course, I'm not a competitor, whatever. But from my I was actually a full Cammy main in 2017. We played a good handful of times.
Yeah, I definitely remember Jeremy was dabbling with some Cammy. I was going to say exactly what Jeremy said, where Karen has more damage to kind of supplement the matchup against Zangief. Cammy has a little less damage, but it has such better anti-air options compared to Karen. So she has a lot, stability-wise, it's a lot more stable than Karen. Like, one thing can go wrong. Even if you're ready, maybe the anti-air is just not going to work, whereas Cammy has that DP. The DP is always going to work as long as you're ready. So yeah, how about we say it's 5-5, Jeremy?
I will say it's 5-5.
We'll say it's 5-5. Let's see, because Combo Fiend back then, you guys might remember Combo Fiend. He helped design 5 to an extent, and he used to tell me, he's like, "Hey man, I think Cammy counterpicks Zangief. So who knows? Maybe I just suck against Zangief. Let's find out how."
Yeah, let's take a look at the matchup. Actually, you do bring up a very, very valid point that I've grossly overlooked. Is the fact that once Cammy does get these hits, it's not as intimidating as getting hit by Karen.
Yes.
I think you bring a very, very valid point there. Like the damage difference is astronomical. I think the only thing that's similar in that regard between Karen and Cammy is that they get the same kind of Oki situation.
Exactly.
That's pretty much about it, though.
That's like the saving grace, but like at the same time as a I don't know how you would describe Cammy and Karen in terms of pressure. I would say they have very good offense, right? For characters that have very good offense, on most characters that's a good thing, but against Zangief, you typically don't want to overextend once you get in because you give yourself an opportunity to let the tide get reversed, right? Say Zangief's mashing EX SPD, all of a sudden you're in the mix. So usually it's a good thing to just back off, do a safe string, just back off. Don't overextend as you would with normal characters, right? Lord Timor, how you doing, man? And I too wish Xiaohai took this game seriously. So for those of you who don't know, Xiaohai streams. He pretty much streams for a living, right? But he streams KOF because KOF gets him the numbers. When he streams Street Fighter 5, he doesn't get the numbers. So he purposely only really plays KOF to make sure he's keeping his living intact. That's his job, and he has to make sure it's intact. Unfortunately, Street Fighter doesn't pay the bills for him as much as KOF, so we don't really see Xiaohai put in the time as much as we wish he did in Street Fighter 5 because of that.
Nah, he's coming back. He's coming back 2020. What do you mean?
I hope so. I hope so. 2019.
It's all a ploy, right? He's making sure he's under the radar so you don't study him as often, and then he's gonna come in swinging with Street Fighter.
He's like, yeah, guys, I only play KOF. All of a sudden, he's just busting fools up with Cammy.
Yep.
See it. That's the world I wanna live in, Jeremy. I wanna believe. You're giving me hope, man. Oh my God.
Jeez. What happened? He's playing too fast.
He is. He messed up his buffer. He tried to do cross strong spiral. He got DP. It's one of those things where you walk forward, you buffer, you always get DP instead of a fireball, right?
With that crouch fierce, we saw Xiaohai's knowledge in the Colin matchup. I'm sure he knows how to
Yeah, that's what's going on with Xiaohai.
Kiko lets him jump.
You never know, man. Maybe there'll be a esports KOF. Maybe he's not wasting time. Koi! I remember he got that move this season too. That move's only really good against characters like Karen and Cammy that abuse that medium kick in the matchup. It's not a very good move on hit, but it's more of a mental thing.
I don't even know what the point is of having Dragon Screw, honestly. I don't. I mean, like, you still rarely see it.
Yeah, you rarely see it, and oftentimes you heard Zangief mains complain about that move because it made when they were doing inputs like the SPD, they would get that move and then they would lose rounds because of it. It also leaves you in a crush counter state, I believe. So overall, that move just needs a little bit more less leniency.
It's summer in Tokyo
right now, man.
It's summer in Tokyo.
The jeans got the jeans.
In the previous sets. And no.
I don't ever want to experience Tokyo summers ever.
Oh God, I think I did. Yes, I did last year. It was horrible, but it was still fun. Yeah, because like summer was lasting pretty long. Like even going into was it Japan premiere? That's the one I went for. It's for Tokyo Game Show. It was in like the beginning of September, but it was still super hot, dude. It was humid. But I still recommend you guys, if you have a chance to go, no matter what, just go. Like it doesn't really matter the climate. Go experience Japan. It's really fun. You may be sweating to high heavens, but it'll still be a good. I'm not going. Count me
There's
out.
so many other seasons that are better.
There is. There's Sakura season and there is winter. Winter's also pretty good.
But yeah, switching colors.
Anything winter, fall, even if it's like typhoon season, it's still good.
Even if I went during typhoon season, it was still pretty good.
I went in the midst of typhoon season. I was like, whatever.
Yeah. Was that last year or was it the year before?
It was 2017 when I went.
Oh, okay. Typhoon season. I went there when they had the big typhoon where like no one was going to the airport to pick people up. It was rough.
Sorry, there's a fly in my room. It scared the hell out of me.
How'd you get in here?
Man, my reactions are godlike.
That's pretty good. Who let you in?
Somebody left the doors open outside.
0 for 4, yeah. Are we going to see the counter work?
Still, he can do it
There we
and
go.
relatively unpunished by Xiaohai.
Xiaohai not afraid.
Oh, Xiaohai
Kinda
said,
strong.
get out of my
You know scare, I know
face.
scare, we know scare.
You know what's funny?
Wake up, DP
Yeah,
back
so
first time
Z
up. Carol, do it
definitely
again.
made the
Wake up,
right
Jack, go
commentary
ahead.
decision there by saying, you know scare, I know
At the
scare,
end of the day,
because
fighting games are all about
Xiaohai has been
defense,
doing
so
that
even
in
if it's a
game
risky
1,
play, if you're feeling
and
it,
Kichipa has
if you're smart
destroyed
enough,
him
go
for
for
doing
it.
that each and every
Yeah.
time.
Just very
But
small
Xiaohai does
decisions.
not get to turn. He does not change his game plan up just because of
Manly.
something like that, right? He's
Have those
still,
guts.
if he feels the moment is right, he will
Xiaohai's
EX up.
not afraid.
Yes,
So
and it's one of those things where you can let someone kind of dismantle your game plan, right? They typically when people get their DP baited, they get really reserved. They don't do DPs anymore, and that kind of plays into the grappler mindset, right? They expect you to be scared because they baited
Time to
you.
guess. Time
But
to guess.
Xiaohai is countering that by not really caring what's gonna happen.
Wow, the comebacks.
I think you should have kept mashing, man. It was working.
It would have worked.
Yeah, Meta has been more. He's still competing. He's been more of an ambassador of the DR lately since his play style. He says kind of gets hindered by online. Like he can't react as well as he could offline. Of course, you know that's a valid concern.
He helped put on Blink Esports, right?
Yeah, that was
Putting them on
awesome.
big time, and their events are stellar.
Yeah,
Like, despite the netcode and whatever, but like that's a problem in and of itself. Just the execution of it, the players, or the talent, the production of it all. It seems pretty cool, man. So
It was really cool.
Big things for the Dominican.
Yeah, shout out to Mena, shout out to Blink Esports. I was very honored to be a part of that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm glad they invited me 3 times over.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you were there every time. You're there 3
Did you
times.
see me walk up to Commander Jesse and
away
thing?
is not good.
That was godlike, Jeremy. I was so impressed by you, man.
Marie's
God, you're playing insane, man. So proud of you.
No.
Will we see the counter to blow up that standing medium kick?
Is it finally going to work?
They're the only ones that let me play it even after I've been
Shy
eliminated.
waiting as well. There's no need for Shy to overexert himself.
Good, Jeremy. You deserve 2 more shots.
Yeah, so using that
No one's
skill
gonna get
armor,
that.
he cannot time.
I was gonna get that. You guys missed it last week.
Close to the corner now.
Oh, I fear for Xiaohai's life right now. Okay, here we go. Close it out.
If you are eventually, you're going to get
Just
tagged
probably
by
stressed.
something.
You see how much control that Kemi has
Let him
because of that
marinate in that
normal
denim.
alone.
It is hot
I know, and
scores.
yeah,
Cicadas might be in
Kichi
your
doesn't
pants,
really
might
have
be
a
in
good
your
answer to
arcade
that.
cabinet.
Dude, honestly, Zangief kind of has to pray with a jump in or a stand fierce to get the crush counter to kind of deal with that. It's just that's really the move Cammy needs to be using to
Sticking
control
with
the
the
game.
purple.
I don't know about that. It'll be
Damn.
a
Going back
convincing
to beat him.
victory for Xiaohai.
I was gonna say that
Looks
Fierce has to
angry,
come
like
out
there's
sometime.
something the color
Yeah,
purple
he's-
inferior, like a bull.
He's setting it up in good ways.
Instead of red, the purple.
Oh, don't jump on Zangief, guys. If you learn anything from the stream, do not jump in Zangief.
Ever since
Don't jump ever.
CS2, man.
Yeah,
All
don't-
in those double
Stay on the ground.
fists.
Never jump.
I think
I'm
that
just
move
kidding.
probably wouldn't
You
grab
guys
much,
jump to your
though.
heart's
There's a
content.
lot of power behind.
Practice for the dive kick character.
Double hammer.
Yeah, you know.
I'm kidding.
In Jeremy's mind, they're coming. They are coming.
Oh,
They're,
Headbutt
they're,
again.
you know,
went for the
they'll be
standing medium kick.
They'll be here. I was gonna say earlier, Jeremy, I think you'd be a really good Seth player.
Bulge
If you put the
into
time into it, I can see you being good with Seth.
I'm playing Seth a lot actually.
Yeah?
it.
Yeah, I was like, I can see you playing Seth.
That is like
There's the little boy, now there's the little
Jump on Geef.
little
Okay,
boy.
sounds
I'm
good. Yeah,
midget
don't be like
boy.
Xiaohai. He has the
Please
momentum
make
and
a
everything.
Damn commercial about this kid with his fat friend
It's
from
actually
elementary
ridiculous.
school.
Yeah.
Hey,
Where's
those are the
Kichipa?
quarters.
I need to find his
Yo, give me some
stats.
money, dog. I want to practice my
Yeah,
SPP.
let's hear some stats, Jeremy.
I cried, man.
Talk about the match, man. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
just a lot of control, DPs, left and right. Oh, I hate that V-skill, dude. The V-skill, it's hard to interrupt his V-skill when you do crouch medium kick. You have to commit to like a very fast DP, like medium. Xiaohai definitely tried to do heavy DP, it just didn't work out. Still found the super somehow.
Even though he ate the jab, he was still mashing on that. Kichipa's reset.
The
did not
late
work
crouch
out.
strong, he's really trying to get him teching, but Kichi does not want to tech. It's usually a good idea when you get knocked down, guys. Don't just take the throw most of the time.
Very easy to punish, but no.
There's a time,
Even the world
I know
knows
Twitter
that
tells you take the throw, but there is a time that you should tech, that you should DP. There are times if you just take the throw every time, people, especially in the corner, people are gonna destroy you.
Yeah, it's called the importance of context, really. If you take a step without context, kind of gonna you're missing the meat and potatoes of it, really.
Yeah, and I feel like Twitter, that pretty much sums up Twitter. You miss the context. There's a concept but no context.
Ah.
Ooh, that was good.
He's trying to check the jab. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Jack
Yes.
asked,
every time.
So
"What's
far,
Kichi the
everyone
first thing
uses
he player to
and
use the
everyone
Randy
is
Savage
It-
skin?" I mean, like,
feels like in the
we
moment,
don't
Xiaohai
know
has been in
who
control, but
actually
still, it's
got it
competitive.
first, but I feel like, you know, it was a very popular
I
skin,
mean, this is
especially for the likes of the West
wild
Coast,
card of Zangief.
aka
Zangief,
from
he's never in control.
Stupendous.
It's that one
Mhm.
touch.
I'm pretty sure he's
That
rocked
one
this outfit
touch,
a
that
million
series
and a
of two
half
or three
times.
good
I'm
guesses,
pretty
and
sure,
then
yeah.
That's the game.
I'm pretty sure Stupendous who rocked it.
Wow.
If not at the same time as Kichi,
Xiaohai
maybe
could
before.
do.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm
classic
pretty sure
Xiaohai.
Zangief's mains
Really
in
seen
general
that
all
today.
played this outfit at the same time.
Yeah.
His reaction
Take the
needs to
throw.
get up to
Definitely
his
situational.
level if he wants
Oh,
to
100%.
Yeah.
stand here.
But I will say, if you take the throw
Flex
on
though.
your like as you die,
What?
it's an honorable
Come
death.
on now.
Remember,
It is a-
Lord
Are
Rhino.
you
The
kidding me?
words of Lord Brian F.
He input that air SPD.
Oh, he
before
missed the
Xiaohai.
dive kick and gets scooped for it. That was actually really big. Xiaohai could have got the hit. Zangief would have been in the corner.
Let it pan out.
Could have been a different story there.
Same
Instead,
thing,
Kichi hops
Fudo's
around,
thinking about
fills
coming out of
himself.
water.
He's got a
Going to
Kindle.
That's his gas.
That's like
I hope
2
just like
liters.
That's his
wafts.
gas
He
tank.
wafts
He's
his.
about to
He
run.
always does that.
Gas
Cute.
panic.
Let's go,
Is he
Kichipa.
panicking yet?
It looks
And
like
I need the gamer stench in my nostrils.
Dude, did you
Yes.
see
What?
that? The
Gamer-
air SPD
That's
gamer
was
stench.
input,
Gamer
the-
stench
it was
from
active,
Capcom.
and then Xiao jumped in.
Tiger need an SPD.
Give it over to Xiaohai. It's called the extension.
Well, you were calling on
Looks
Demon
like
Dan
it's
and Dad
gonna
earlier.
relax.
I don't
He's
know,
like
man.
his set place.
Oh, I
He's
own
a
these.
grappler.
I've owned that title a long time ago.
A long time ago.
I'm having dad jokes. It's part of
Is
being
the era of
um,
Fudo
the son of
over
James
in
Chen.
time?
That's true. That's true. You truly are a son, Jeremy. He would be so proud.
On the verge of eliminating Xiao.
I want to listen to B how to do
back
it.
to China.
What do you mean? I don't know how to answer that question.
I don't want to answer it too. Maybe we
Get to
missed
the
something.
village. Think of the
I don't know
7,000
how to
people
answer that.
watching.
Oh,
I don't think he streams, so I would say just look up archives. Just put Z's commentary. Just Google it. I don't know. Z
Yeah.
commentary,
The
Street
hero.
Fighter 4, Z commentary,
Guys,
Street Fighter
literally the hero
5.
of an entire country. That's
there's
insane.
definitely, yeah. Some of his best stuff was in SF4. I think that would be just fun for you to listen to too.
Absolutely absurd Z in Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, so absurd.
Blood.
Watch Tokyo Game Show with Z. It's so fun.
Hey.
Despite the activation,
Ooh.
Time to guess.
Ooh.
Time to guess.
Reel him
Nothing,
in.
nothing.
There we go. One more.
Bro, what do you?
Around that
Are you
time.
gonna be a man? Are you gonna DP Xiaohai?
No, no.
Ah!
Kichipa smelled it.
Everything when you're that low on life against Zangief, every decision seems wrong. You just have to come up with good, dude. You're betting against the casino at that point, guys.
Color
You just
worked
gotta
out.
you double down. Sometimes you gotta
Think about
double
that
down.
purple.
Are we gonna?
I'm always
you guys
betting
are
against
gonna say
casino.
counter or not? With a counter.
All in.
Oh no!
Got a crush count.
Xiaohai also
Oh.
missed it. Dude, this is bad.
Oh, you're dead. You're stunned.
Dude.
Good game.
I want to see Xiaohai's reaction. That's one of the best things when Xiaohai gets bodied.
Styles
It's just
on
the
the
reaction.
Manner. What is that?
Over under on Xiaohai putting his fingers on his face.
Defended,
Hand on head.
And it's Shores.
And that's a
No
big
hand on
win.
head.
Very happy.
But no, take that back.
Again, respectful.
Oh.
Very polite full handshake from Xiaohai. Gotta hold that.
You said
Even
respectful, man.
disconnect.
And that's that. So
Yeah,
kind of what we were,
wow, it's
me
got
and Jeremy were
comparisons on
talking
this
about
game.
earlier. Yeah, no
Man,
facepalm
he's,
was
he's
like
really
a lot
famous.
of control
Players
coming
love
from
him out
Cammy,
here.
right?
He's always
The
winning
kind of
games.
knockdowns don't really add up though, and the DPs add up a little, like more so than the knockdowns. You don't get too much pressure when you're trying to engage with Zangief on his defense. It's honestly like Justin Walling taught me this a long time ago. Grapplers want you to get close to them. They want you, especially when you're losing. They want you because it gives them a chance to get the easy comeback. Whereas if you just knock them down, keep your distance, keep your 6 feet social distance, like I hope you're doing at home, guys, then you can more solidly handle Zangief. So if you learn anything from here, back up when you knock a grappler down. You don't want the smoke. You don't want the smoke, guys.
Yeah, and I like the way Kichipa kind of baited the uppercuts. Like he knew that Xiaohai was very adamant about reacting as an anti-air or reacting with uppercut as an anti-air.
Mhm.
I feel like in the later eras of Street Fighter V with Cammy, players really started to use back medium punch significantly more as an
Mhm.
anti-air. So that was like one of the things that kind of like changed the matchup for Cammy a little bit in her favor. I feel like.
Yeah, for
without having to risk the uppercut missing or whiffing and eating a ton of damage into a full-on sequence that we just saw from Kichipa, right?
Yeah, most characters you definitely want to do back strong. It's situational, right? Like back strong if you're really focused on neutral. DP more if you have you have the life lead. You kind of just want to maintain the knockdown, make them scared to jump. I feel like DP. It's very situational for sure. But yeah, unfortunately, Xiaohai's amazing anti-air DPs just did not close it out for him. Kichi stuck to his reads, closed it out. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed Kichi, we got some more Kichipa coming right up here against Fudo in losers finals of Japan.
Yeah. So we see the top 8, the path to top 8 for Kichipa over there on the left. Took out Eita, Kendevu, Gachi-kun,
Body bet.
Xiaohai on that list as well. Fudo, on the other hand, this is our first time that we're going to see him in our top 8 segment. Took down Gunfight, very respectable player, Panzaman, and Verloren.
Yes, Verloren was starting to get his name out around this time. Very, very strong player. But usually when there's a threat that emerges, I feel like Fudo is one of the main top players in Japan that really focuses on them and isolates what he needs to do against those characters and those players. So no surprise he took that pretty handedly against Verloren, even after Verloren had some good showings before this tournament. But yeah, let's see how Fudo approaches Kichipamu Zangief. A little backstory here for you guys. Not Kichipamu, but Fudo is training partners with Itabashi Zangief this time. So if anyone knows the Zangief matchup, it is Fudo. And kind of, if you look at these two characters, you would naturally assume that Zangief kind of has an upper hand. He has better neutral, better pressure than Mika in Season 2. And you typically don't expect a Mika to out-neutral a Zangief. But boy, if I've ever seen a set between Fudo and Itabashi, he out-neutrals Itabashi like crazy. So it's going to be really interesting to see how he approaches Kichipamu, who's a bit different than Itabashi.
That's Itazan, but actually last time these two guys played,
Oh,
Fudo
jeez.
decisively won.
Second place Fudo, guys. Wouldn't you like to get second place at every premiere? Like I would too, and eventually get one. Dude, I would be in Capcom Cup every year if I got second at every premiere.
If you look at how many times he got second that year and with actual total tour earnings, you'd be definitely satisfied with getting those second places, dude. He made over 100K.
Oh my God, guys! You guys meme him, but he's kind of 100K against all these things.
It's a setup.
100K.
Oh, that's super impressive. You guys meme him, but I actually think that's super impressive. You just want to get out of the pools. I feel you. Most people have a hard time getting out of the pools, even some of your top players.
Kichipamu, what is the psychology between
the I read the information wrong. He's made 100K off the tour earnings.
In what?
In general.
In general. Oh, that also includes SF4 too. But honestly, SF4 didn't have too much prize money, even though he had one Evo.
I mean, like a cheap out of 5 in general.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, definitely a lot of money to be made.
Oh, and then cheap out of 4.
We saw him fight
Yeah.
yesterday against Mochi.
Yeah, what up?
With punishing
Also, just a fighting game god and in Street Fighter 4 and Virtual Fighter, his neutrals and things.
Oh, you're just talking about it.
What a whip one. Yeah, see, you're gonna see Fudo do a lot of options you weren't used to seeing Mika do back then. Probably now you're used to seeing these options, but man, Mika was Fudo was the innovator for sure.
Oh, yeah.
What? What I say, guys? Give him some room. You don't want to get scooped.
Backing off Fudo.
Fudo, wait a second. Fudo.
Oh, he's.
One more hit.
See, that's what I meant, guys. About you just do one little button, one short, whatever it's safe. Exactly. Very, very smart.
Sure, it's so good. 1-1. Who's gonna get on the board first?
This matchup is so hard, I feel like, for Zangief.
For Zangief, you feel.
He's surely gonna get punished with a heavy SPD.
No, actually, I lied. It's more so for Armika than Zangief.
Yeah.
These normals reach out way more. Jesus.
Yeah, way further. I feel like I feel like the range on his SPD and all the options he gets after SPD is just so much for Mika. Someone who doesn't have it.
Loves to end it with a command grab.
No, yeah, you're right. When you were talking about how the neutral games played, Mika kind of struggles a little bit. I kind of thought about it backwards. I think Zangief does have the better time in neutral, but Fudo does plenty of the matchup a little different level.
Yeah, like you can tell he has answers that not a lot of Mikas do, and Kichipa is probably not used to playing the matchup at a super high level like Fudo is against Itabashi. So much more seasoned, much more experienced match.
The young Zangief player.
The problem with Fudo though, he's got a lot.
We still got the game. A lot of that came from like the mash, right? The mash really turned everything around.
Refresh the roster. Bring out the old or kick out.
Yeah, we'll see in a bit.
Gotta get these results right now.
Sometimes you gotta bet big, man. You gotta bet big against
This
Zangief.
is the test. They're all
Sometimes
here.
that's
Grab
all
one
you
is watching.
can do.
There's at least like 10, 15 people
Oh,
here
my Mika.
from the team
Maybe.
And it's just
filming,
like we were talking
recording.
about
The
before.
Daigo emote so cute. So cute.
But
With the confirm. Backing him off
Why did you guys
slowly.
choose this
That's what I'm
particular
saying, is how he's
competition to
gonna
commentate on? We've been going through a lot of the premier
again,
events
this
in
is where it starts.
2017.
This is where it
So that's
starts.
kind of our aim for the
one
most
more
part.
kiss for stun and the
We want to
round.
go like year after year.
Can't do that.
All these like, handful of events
Cannot
that
get
have
out of the regular
kind of like
throw.
really
That is the
impacted
strength
the
of that,
meta
yes, the regular
of
throw
Yeah.
is technical, but if they try jumping, they read a command grab,
the
they
insurgence
jump.
of like certain
Free
players in the scene.
Yeah.
So for the most part, we
Staying on
covered
his
what
kid's
final
side.
round,
Checking
NCR,
forward
uh,
momentum
Combo
of
breaker.
Combo Breaker,
We're
CEO.
talking about momentum
CEO.
based play.
So yeah, we've covered most of the big ones, right? This is one of the first like really big premieres out in Japan, and this one's so interesting because we had like the emergence of Nemo's Urian, right? We had not really seen Nemo's Urian up until now, and he put on such a good show. He got 5th here, I believe, and just really showcased what Urian was capable of with the Aegis mix up with the pressure. He just really showed how strong Urian is, and I thought it'd be really interesting just to see his whole like come up with Urian.
advantage over him.
And on top of that, we get to see the likes of Kichipa, who didn't really get to travel in 2017. He's participated in another event prior to this one,
so scary.
but this was really his big up performance in my opinion.
Yes.
Like already making it, he's like already almost like top 3 at this point.
This is top 3. Yeah, this is losers finals
So a
for
little
sure.
bit risky to do against Zangief, but
Dude,
Yeah.
Kichi also did dash super. That would have changed the whole
can't let
round.
this
He got
kid
sniped.
run wild, right? You have to let him know.
The stun
You're
would have
playing
went
a pro right
down.
here.
He would have definitely got Mika to at least equal health, I'd imagine.
I think it would have been like SPD range, and I think it would have been guess for game if he landed in the super. So not a bad idea for Kichi for sure. He's pretty calculated in his reads.
Fudo waiting for that chance, waiting for that one whiff normal.
It's kind of funny to see these players involved too, because these guys have played a handful of games together.
Switches sides with the Irish whip.
Oh yeah, they have a lot of history at this point. This is definitely the first time we've really seen them in the tour at least competing against Philly.
Major damage. Wow.
Oh!
Oh, reads and the defense, dude. He had such good answers.
Fudo definitely has cooled
He
down.
was committed to doing a delayed jump back jab just in case Zangief did dash up SPD.
Here
Not
comes the
combat, man.
Shan special.
Not
I'm
combat,
calling
man. That's a pretty safe call, honestly.
Spends one.
What a
Not again.
confirm.
Yes.
Back off, back off. Oh my god. He tried to
Moldo right
EX.
here. Psycho Moldo.
Oh, the crotch short
Short
whip
crouch
punish.
jab. That's it.
Bro, this is
Okay, here you
super
are.
lame. This is how you play against him.
That's enough.
Oh!
Jump.
You fool!
Not
What's he
Yes,
got?
for game?
Not.
I respect it.
Look,
I respect
you look so cool when it works, but when it doesn't work,
That was a good block on Fudo's part. He knew if he got scrambly on defense that it could have been really bad.
Fan it off.
I feel like he
Yo,
maybe
you
could have
gotta get
done
that
like
talcum powder
a
on
medium
it.
kick anti-air
Oil
at that
kick short
distance, maybe.
Right. I
Those
100%
scenes-
agree.
those
No,
scenes might
for
be
sure.
able- that'd be so- could
You
you imagine that?
know
Went to
your
the final
stuff,
round,
Jeremy?
Clay just stood up and tore his
From
pants
that
off.
distance,
He had to-
I think it'd be a little bit more
Still
reliable.
the
Not
warm-up.
strong. I know she moves forward, but
Yeah.
Those are hard to
It's
put,
a
take
little
off, easy to take
stubbier
off,
than-
difficult to put back on.
Yeah.
You gotta-
We're so cool.
Yeah, Crouch Strong was a pretty ballsy anti-air.
He's like, "Oh, I need to find
Oh,
that
he
right
mashed
next
him,
to
though,
that." I'm like, "Put my pants
it's
back
more
on."
for like the sharper angles. Oh, don't do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Whole time to
Fudo
guess.
says, I got mix-ups too, buddy.
Fudo in control this time.
Mika really does that mix it.
I'm not the only one that needs to
Oh,
guess.
good maybe. I believe that's airborne too at the time that Fudo was doing it.
Yes.
Yeah, there's definitely no character unfamiliarity here. Fudo's so comfortable in this matchup. As long as he gets a feel on Kichipa's reads in those RPS situations,
You like that, the kook?
he should be able to
Me
take
too,
this.
man.
Sure, and look where he's standing in neutral. He's always
Yeah,
operating
look
in
at
the
Oh, the
same
dab check.
Suffocating.
Look at that. Did you see
Oh,
that?
good whiff punish. Wow, that was
You
good.
saw how Xiaohai was in that
Clean.
same situation and went crazy. Started mashing buttons, DP, unsafe. Fudo hit it once, recognized, backed off, punished it.
Sorry.
Kichipamu's talents.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, the
into
opponent, your
a
opponent, but I
colossal
don't
power
remember
greater than
who
him.
it was. It might have been Sin, honestly. I can't remember.
This is
Ooh.
one of the pros
And
of
who
pros.
watched that
This is-
drop kick with
you know,
the
that word gets
SPD?
thrown around a lot
Yeah.
these days.
That would've
Oh,
been
he's a
nice.
pro. He's on team Naruto or something. No, this is
That's such a
real
good
pro right
option.
here.
Command grab after the forward medium kick.
So
I believe that's
smart
real, too.
situation. Look at that.
Already cracking perhaps
Oh,
is Kichipamu
kind of a weak whip punish, but
under these lights.
Yeah.
it's
Even
good
though he
again,
had
you
that really
think.
strong game one. That's the thing Fudo does not get.
Yeah, forward
does not
medium
get
kick's getting him a
shoot
lot
up
of
by
mileage. That's really like the only normal I can see her using safely.
Opportunity
Oh, the
down low.
Sobot kick? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the soul bot.
Headbutt from afar.
Fun fact about the Sobot is it is
But Fudo tried to
detached
throw out
normal
his preemptive
and it's
cross
also
pierces right
airborne
here.
after a while. So it's just a really good poke. And I believe at the time it was more so detached. So there's a lot of normals that just kind of whip through it and it would still hit you.
That's so messed up. That's such a messed up design.
I know, it's really messed up, dude. It's a wonky number.
Oh!
Wait a minute!
He knew it!
About to be
Oh!
set.
Oh!
Gotta guess, brother. Gotta guess.
Oh my god!
Oh!
Guard with the critical!
Dead though. There's no way this is gonna kill. Time to guess.
Oh!
Time to guess.
The
Oh, that's a messed up guess.
Oh!
That was so smart.
Oh God! Oh my God!
He does
Give me
not
that
know to do
mama
that.
look.
You know,
Oh,
Fudo was like, wait a second.
oh,
he's gonna do
man.
that?
Bro.
It was a way to
Yes.
escape.
Bro.
Be
I've
gone.
never
Get
seen
out
something
of here.
that godlike since this. That was insane.
He saw that coming from a mile
That was
away.
the hardest of beats. Oh my God.
Oh my god, that's gonna get talked about.
trying to put
next
me in the
week
mix.
on
Yeah,
multiple
I can't be
streams.
mixed.
Fudo's gonna
I will
go,
put
"Alright, I
you
learned
in the
something."
mix.
I am the mix.
I am.
To the corner we go.
That was
But
actually
again,
nice.
even at
Combat
Capcom,
Jet, yes.
Kichi
Fudo's
Mix You
even
is
at
my
right
full
now,
name.
Kichipa.
Is that what MU stands for?
Mix you.
Mix you.
I think I will mix you.
All that momentum for what? For what, Myers?
For what?
HNK, the Death Star.
Dude, he's on the
shining
back
right
burner now.
now.
This is what?
He's still over, but still got SPD.
Time to
That is
guess.
so wonky. What is going on, dude?
This is gonna hurt
Kidding
so
me?
bad. One more guess.
You don't
It all
lose it?
comes down to this guess after this.
Oh no. This is worse than a reset.
Oh!
He's not dead! Oh! Why would he do
That
that?
is
Fudo letting
so
him know. I'm not
unfortunate.
afraid as well.
Why would he do
Holy
that?
crap.
He went all in, dude.
Fan it out.
That's the typical Zangief
Now
thing, dude.
that- so
They can
this-
only hold in the nut for so long.
That has
They
to
gotta
hurt.
let it out.
That mental
Yeah,
damage
man.
on a
That-
young player like
Come on,
that.
Myers. Come on.
Oh,
God,
side
wow.
thumbs up. Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
alright.
The one
I'm
eye
running
close,
their grab.
the paint look,
Fan it like a
Vision.
barbecue.
the paint
I get
look
it.
right
I
now.
get it.
You gotta do it sometimes. You gotta bust out sometimes.
Mental guard break is a
Try.
very big issue.
Try,
That
try.
might have been it.
Close.
He did
We're
try.
so
He
close.
did.
Make
He
it
definitely
a
did.
miracle rounds.
Wait, and the
Give me
thing is,
that
the
in
rounds, they last so long, right? You have to play that so patiently.
Oh!
Any other player, I feel like that would have. That if that running bear guard would have
Fudo
hit.
is going to switch up his style right now.
I mean, a lot of the reads that he had
If he can
would
smell
definitely
blood,
work
it's time
on
to go in.
lower level humans for sure.
Yes.
Like the round prior to that was the one where he did an SPD, jumped over, and then instant air SPD. That would have worked on everybody.
Bounce around.
Yes, for
Yeah,
sure.
that
But
EX,
not
oh my
Fudo.
God, does so much damage. You
Powered
press
up
the setup
Fudo.
for extra damage, on that.
Really good round finisher.
Damn. I really
Just
wish
like
I could have
that,
seen
You can
Fudo
hear
this
the
year
glass shattering
with
right now in
the
Kichipa's head.
the husband power up.
That's what I'm saying, dude. The true power up. Oh my goodness. He was already doing really well. I can only imagine how well he would have
So
done with
much
the power up.
fire.
If you guys don't know the lore of power ups,
That's the power of the
dude,
professionals.
Bonchan got a power up, married, got kids, won Evo. There's another one, Sako had a kid,
Killer confirmed.
won the next
Ran
premier
out of
hit.
gas.
He knew
That's
it.
Kichipa. All the magic's out of his bag now.
This is
They're
it.
gonna tough
Okay,
Yeah,
wait
yeah.
a minute.
For
If he has
sure.
any tricks,
Later,
he's
Jack.
gonna
Take it
have
easy, man.
No more resources, but time to guess.
Just attempts to headbutt pressure.
Ooh.
Fudo not dealing with it.
On
Yeah,
on
coming back from a scramble like that is rough. It takes a lot out of you
Got
mentally.
One
the meter,
more.
throw him back.
Oh, you got no meter? You gotta guess.
Backs off. Yeah, no need to overextend yourself right here.
Yeah, you don't. You really don't. Oh, he missed the whiplash. I think he tried to read it like a back
Do or
dash.
die. We
Oh,
saw this
yeah.
with Chris T earlier.
Oh,
Another one.
Yeah, Knuckles is probably like the newest person to have that power up.
Psycho Modo.
You know
Got
it's
a
gonna
kid.
come.
Crowd short all day.
He's been
Crowd
doing
short.
really well on
Oh,
these
yeah,
online
smart.
tournaments.
It's reeled in.
So
But no
very,
meter to make
very,
these
well,
EX SPDs
could
happen.
very much so be a real thing for
Wow,
Knuckles.
nice.
dude.
He'll take the normal one,
The
though.
fierce. This is the guess.
Do it again.
Bro, yeah, I guess you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Me and Jeremy both would have lost right there because I was definitely going in for the SB.
Great showing
Yeah,
there
for
from
sure.
Kichipa. We should
Clap
not.
my hands for him.
Very happy for him that
How did he guess that?
Great
still
job.
breakout.
How did he
Team
guess
is
that?
still dominated by
Some-
the
What if he
pros, as you can
needed
see,
him,
for the number 1
right?
and 2 finish
Sometimes you just
between
gotta guess, man.
draft
Yipes
players,
hit me
but
with a
still,
new
lot of
track.
room for a break.
I think I was playing Nephew's G, and he came up with a new song, dude. He said, "Tell me why, tell him that it's 50-50."
Stupid. Oh my god.
Why
That way. Oh,
do you wake up that way?
That's
so good, dude.
The Chris T theme song from Tasty Steve was pretty good too.
Which one's that? Oh, I forgot. Which one?
He's kicking the rider. I forgot.
Oh well, guys. I hope you enjoyed that set. We're winding down to the very end to grand finals, guys.
Yeah.
We got the run back with Haitani versus Fudo. We didn't see the first set, so it'll be interesting to see how the second set goes with both players having a bit of a download on each other.
Yeah, so Haitani was the one that knocked Fudo into the loser side of things, as you see in the top 8 run. Also took down Punko 3-2 the losers as well. We didn't get to see the rest of Punko's run, but on the other hand, Fudo taking down Aqua 3-0. Haitani, he lost to Haitani 1-3. Kichipa taking him down. We just saw that, so we're into the grand finals now. Haitani versus Fudo. It's going to be the run back, and with Fudo, it's one of those things, like he gets the read on you. He's played you in a set. He's quick to adapt. Haitani, exact same way, honestly. These guys are world-class players. You could expect nothing less. It's always fun to see the run back because of the adaptations made.
Yes, you have your adaptations in game, and then when you lose the set, you have time to really process it. So just knowing these guys are facing off against each other, you know they're going to have an additional download going on. It's going to be really interesting to see the kind of conversation they have in the match. And with that said, why don't we get into it, Tan?
Training partner, their streamer, fellow streamer. These guys.
How long is it?
And look, Jeremy going up to bat against Fudo. Here I am. I'm ready to take Jeremy down. Clearly, we are in the gamer seats right now. We are in the hot seats. I am ready. I'm poised. Let me just make sure I'm facing the monitor correctly. All right, yeah, I'm ready. All right, Jeremy, you're going down, bro. I'm tired of this. Beat me in winners finals.
All Japanese affair. Team draft. Team on team kill.
Haitani versus
Me too, man.
Talk
Me
to
too.
me.
Who do you like?
Talk to me.
Talk.
Can Fudo change anything up? If he doesn't have an answer, Haitani's going to run away with it again.
Ooh.
Really interested to. I kind of wish we covered the first set, but it's gonna be really interesting to see how this match kind of goes down. I feel like these players are, like you said, they're very they kind of have a similar mindset with how they approach things. Like both are kind of rushdown players, very good neutral, constantly adapting. So it's be really
For command grabs. They're
Oh.
going to pace whenever they feel.
exactly just like that. Oh my days! Oh, what a DP! Bust out.
Set the precedent.
And Fudo did commit to the command grab, so that was a really good read on Haitani. Oh, dash command grab. Oh, he went in again, bro.
Wait a minute.
Double easy. Shot the lot, man. Wait a minute here. Oh, goodness. Shot the lot.
Thought the DP was coming. Haitani scooped.
So talking about the
value
matchup,
in doing
Holly
that
versus
is you either hit
I
him
know
and you
for a
win,
fact
or
Holly
you
has a
don't
better
hit him,
time.
but you put the thought, you
I would
incent
say, yeah, I
the
would say
opponent
Nikali
that
has
is
the
an
advantage
option
in
in
neutral, but
wheelhouse.
Fudo just kind of has a way of getting in. Like, he understands the neutral that you have, and he just kind of maneuvers the way around it. No matter how well your character does against, unless he's playing someone like Punk. Like, I feel like the one person who really slows down Fudo is Punk, but him, Fudo versus Haitani, I feel like these are pretty evenly matched players. What do you think of this?
I don't think so. I think the players, in terms of their skill level, evenly matched.
Yeah.
But I think when it comes down to it, Haitani has the upper hand because of the character selection. Of course, being a Nikali main, it just so happens to play in his favor against the likes of Mika. He has so many tools that benefit him that happen to also go hand in hand with deterring Mika from going forward. One of them notably is V-skill.
Yes, I know.
And even the likes of Roundhouse, if it catches with a crush counter, you're building even more V-gauge off of that as well. So it's getting him closer to his win condition, or at least a higher percentage of win is that V-trigger, right?
Yeah, exactly. So wins on the ground, and another weakness that Mika has, when she is losing on the ground, she tends to jump. But one weakness that she has against DP characters is, of course, the DP. So it's very hard for her to get away with the splash. It's hard for her to get away with the jump mix-up.
Switching up the timing too.
Very, very valid points. Right? Mika's points of entry are severely denied by the tools Nikali has His knees, I'm sorry, his normals are good. Again, having the uppercut is a big deal. The jabs are pretty quick to kind of stuff out drop kicks if you need to, you know. And he also has a great way to enter himself if he wants to with the likes of changing his trajectory correctly.
Yes.
Except in that
from every angle.
And I think that's why we see, I think that's why we see Fudo opting to dash a lot. A lot of his life lead that he has right now is established through dashing and getting little hits here and there. That was a really crazy read. The reversal.
Haitani Super's coming. One low will do it. Oh no!
Oh, the mid-screen throw. Oh, I got hit, dude.
I thought he was gonna command grab.
I thought so too, honestly. That was a three-way mix, dude. He blocked all that.
I dare you to get near me, Fudo. That's what he's saying right now. Slashing at that air.
Mika looks so weak in that outfit. She looks pretty cute.
I don't want to give Fudo a chance to counterpoke.
10 seconds.
She's not ready to
clock,
wrestle.
It's not.
Oh my god! Oh, you saw the flash!
Try to get in. Yeah, you saw the flash, dude. Oh, you're good, Acri. Welcome.
That was a terrifying round. Even
This
though
tournament
Fudo
is hype for sure, Combat Junkie.
like
Yeah, that's an interesting point you bring up, Sentex. Whenever you think of Nikali now, you think of Moncha. He's the most dominant Nikali. He's really the only one playing Nikali still. So it's really interesting to see how someone like Haitani, very highly regarded fighting game player, kind of showcases Nikali.
Yeah, the Haitani switched over to Akuma for a while now. He's still seeing some pretty decent results. The Moncha was the call he was absolutely absurd.
He really,
This is not
it's really a watchable character, honestly. Like the way he put his skill here, I feel like he's found a way to play somewhat similar to that in Street Fighter. Very well known for the DPs and guilty character. You cannot jump at this man in Street Fighter.
We need the NBA Finals. You know how they.
You say that now, but I'm gonna show you some archives where he got jumped in to death.
Doing some weird thrashing his shoulders off right now.
One of these days, when he gets a little older.
Blinking with his left eye.
Armika was a beast in 2017, but she did get nerfed quite a bit from 2016. 2016, she was really like just a true monster. But 2017 got nerfed quite a bit. A lot of her really advantageous things got nerfed.
Oh yeah, Irish whip in the mid screen. Huge deal.
I know. Then you're in the corner. That was really all the neutral she needed was Irish to whip. If he messed up, it was such a good buffer that he got swung in the corner, boy.
Yeah. And there was option selects to ensure that you get the confirm.
I didn't know about that.
Jump escapes the options.
There's ways to do option selects on that. Even if it's blocked, you won't get the button press.
Oh.
You technically delay it is what it is.
Oh, you're delaying it. That makes sense.
I don't know if you can consider that an option select because it's like if it hits, it goes through. If it doesn't hit, it's.
I think that's definitely an option select. That's the cheapest option select I've ever heard, except for maybe some Akuma nonsense in SF4.
Ooh, I was gonna say it's just like a delay, but yeah, I mean that counts in the category.
Yeah. Haitani looking good, sitting pretty. In winners, winner's side right now. Take it to game 3.
After that too.
Why is the overhead crush counter?
I always wondered that too. I'm like, why am I getting crush counter by no?
Oh,
one of the many mysteries of 5. We'll just never know, Jeremy.
Which way? Behind the back and he blocked. How
did she go in? Wow.
Jeez, the blocks. Or you get hit by standing punch afterwards. Oh god.
There's some layers to this mix.
Not gonna kill though. Gotta get one more time. And now V-trigger though.
Man,
this is dead even right now. Dead even.
I never seen Nika do 4 lights as a string. That was insane. We got out. Oh, I know.
This is one hit.
Haitani's been getting with a lot of dashes, and there it is. He found the timing, dude. He totally changed his timing from the previous dash.
Look at that. He's looking cool now.
Sheesh.
I hit that Logan like no other right there. Only you're still awake, brother.
Please, 3,000.
Bob is your man. Anyway, right there. A blowout, 2-0, or sorry, 2-1.
Yeah.
Haitani on the verge of taking this tournament. Come on, Fudo.
Haitani.
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 Some take grabs though. Bring into that. Okay. Get a good ball carry.
Fudo took control early. Puts him to the wall.
Please drink water, Chad. Yes.
Sun
Drink
building.
that water.
Got him. Yeah.
Oh!
Jump.
Yeah, you can't jump
Got
out of
it.
the corner.
Gotta guess again.
Probably his best
Haitani's
bet would be to
been
jump
on
forward.
point so far, though.
But yeah,
Got
it's
this.
one of those things where you have to
Taking
get
it
the
to ensure the victory. Very nice.
Yeah, I feel like Fudo is ready for the jump no matter
Yo,
what
the pose
because
right here.
that crouch strong is too good.
Yeah, even if he jumped forward, yeah, he was still in a bad spot if he did crouch
Opening
shot.
size mode just to get
Oh,
right
what a
around
whip,
that
honey.
nine.
Oh, wow.
The armor
I wonder
absorbed the size mode, was
if
able to punish
maybe
that range.
jump forward dive kick would have helped. I mean,
Look, I know we're not supposed to buy his
That's
commentary, but I
smart.
want to see another set.
Smart.
Come on, Fudo.
See, this is
Come on,
why you're
Fudo.
Jesse's
TV
brain.
sympathizer.
I
Come on,
saw that
PCV.
documentary.
Have some
He
professionalism.
needs you still.
Come on, Fudo.
He needs you still,
he
dude.
doesn't need me anymore. He's already got his own wings.
He's got his
Now
wings.
he's
You got a chance.
He graduated.
He graduated.
a new tactic to get around the size modes.
Good.
But he has to burn his
Go
Starts
resources.
in
slow,
my
get
blood.
the throw.
Definitely worth burning. Yeah, burning that one bar for the hit, the corner
Nice
carry.
block, dude. There's so many layers to Fudo's offense right now, man. It takes a lot of patience to just take.
And then the buffer from like Haitani.
Oh, wow, what?
I feel
Yeah.
like Fudo is really trying to like pick these actions.
Oh, bro.
That's it!
Oh, that's it.
Just like
This is a match point now, guys.
You can play perfectly for
Dude,
90 seconds.
Fudo had like an 80%
Played that
life
literally
lead,
45
dude.
seconds of just good
Yeah,
play,
brother,
counter hit,
let me
counter
tell
hit,
you,
just-
Yeah,
he
like,
had
He
80%.
He didn't even confirm his
He
auto
got
buffer. Beats are gonna does not need to have
He
charge.
tried to dash in, tried to throw some normals. Fierce the stop sign said no. You got to wait 3 seconds. Or else you're gonna get
That's a
this tick.
mistake there from him. Missed the
Yeah,
juggle.
mistake.
Got punished.
No rolling stops here.
So this is tournament point 400.
ODP. I am really surprised that we have not seen a lot of DP from Haitani. He's pretty known for his DP. Surprisingly, not to see.
Oh my
Cheer
god.
for your boy.
Oh,
He's getting
wait.
dunked on right now.
Oh, could this be it, guys?
Wow, nice
Might
line.
be it.
Fudo's got the resources, but Haitani's got the momentum.
Fudo,
I
come
feel
on,
like
baby.
Haitani's
One more
pressure
game.
from here.
Oh, good answer. I would have teched and got demolished.
Doesn't jump this time. The Desco's coming. Haitani's got
Oh,
no
not
chances. The
yet.
DP's got
Not
me.
Eshbal. Oh my god, yeah, cash out.
With a booty slap.
Oh,
Let's
he's
go.
looking-
Definitely not gonna kill though.
He's been
We got a
timing.
setup.
Fudo's the kind of guy that doesn't win a jackpot. He wins a mini jackpot and he hangs it up. He leaves right there.
Oh,
That's
Scary
a,
sound.
that's a wrap. This is a wrap.
Please don't
Phoenix
dash, Fudo. Please don't.
activated.
No.
It's a wrap, Fudo. There's no
Don't
way
get
you
hit.
survive this.
Don't get hit, man. It's really easy.
Oh!
What an answer.
Right in the belly.
It's dead. Oh, oh my god, that did so much
I
damage.
thought he was living.
I thought he had one more guess at least. Oh my god.
Playing for
Dang,
love. This is
you know
anime.
I thought he
He's gonna
was
bring
feeling
all
himself.
these winnings back to the lovely waifu.
He earned it.
I legit thought he was living.
No,
I thought he was
so
living
Nemo-
too.
so
Wow.
many
Wow.
Players that could
What a set, guys. Speaking of Haitani's waifu, thank you, Haitani, for taking
And
me to
from the
get
start today,
some godlike Sukumen with you and your wife. I will never forget that name. Thank
You
you.
guys got Sukumen together?
God, Sukumen is so good, dude. It was so-
I hate you.
I love
All
him.
right. Well, yo, I'm telling you, he has such a great way of influencing like your decisions when it comes to neutral because his placement of normals kind of like deters you from like initiating whatever game plan you had on offense and forces you to kind of think on the fly and adapt to his defense. But man, he does it in such a way that's like no matter what options you choose afterwards, end up being the wrong ones. You know what I'm saying? Like he dictates the way you want to play because of how he's been like enforcing these normals on your face, right?
Yeah, he really conditions an opponent to play to his tempo. If you notice, like Fudo in other sets, much more reserved, much more calculated. He was the one making people play to his tempo, but it was a slower pace. Haitani was the complete opposite. Even on defense, he was making you worried about his dash. He was making you worried about buffers, making you worried about jumping. Every option, it felt like you were being suffocated and that you could not pick the right answer. So it's really interesting just to kind of go back in time and see how Haitani played. We don't really get to see Haitani play too much, and it shows you guys as a lesson that you can make your opponent play to your tempo even if you want to play a little faster.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the summation of Japan Cup 2017. A lot of amazing performances from the entirety of top 8. It's great to see Punko staying consistent in that year. Nemo really fighting his ground with Urian, as well as Kichipa, his breakout performance with 3rd place, and Haitani getting, I think, one of his first wins in the tour.
Yeah, I would say that's probably his first big win in the tour. He definitely needed that. I think the closest he got last time was DreamHack Austin, same year, but Punk ended up resetting the bracket and tanking it. So yeah, big win from Haitani there. Guys, from us here at Capcom Fighters, it's been Myers here, joined by my co-host Vicious. I hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll see you next week. at the same time, 7 p.m. Thursday.
Absolutely. Take care, guys. We'll see you next week.
These guys.
Woo! Hey, let's go. Bring it on back now. Let's bring it on back. Let's go. Yeah. Run it back. Woo! Everyone can put on blast. I'ma rush down, baby. Keep my foot on gas until y'all crash the corner. Put your head on wax. I'ma show you how to get even like I'm good on that. Because we back in a minute when the beat turn. Vicious up for Allison to get it when the read learn. Everybody need work. Don't know who to feed first. I stay hungry in the pocket with a compliment. My feet. Oh, let's get broke. Run this back. Who want that smoke? We swing high, you block it low. Everybody get throw. 1 more, 2-0. Yo, let's go. This one slaps.